What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we leave and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else. What if we stay? What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we leave and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else. What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we leave and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else. What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we leave and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else.
Then get up, get dressed before work's off my list. What's left to do, just guess. It's you, my favorite, but I wanna taste you and feel you shake, raising an earthquake. Can't push the brakes when a rush hits. We're going in, we're going in. You keep me biting my cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. We hit the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need. When a day's gone, we've only begun. That's the best part, when we get it on. I'm addicted, no denying it. Cause you don't cross my mind, you live in it. I wanna taste you and feel you shake, raising an earthquake. Can't push the brakes when a rush hits. We're going in, we're going in. You keep me biting my cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. We hit the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need.
I'm about to get 30. stop for a moment. Do you really think that I'ma fuck you while I'm sober? I'm not. Taking Uber to your hotel, eating like a local, cause you're calling back while I shut down.
Look at me biting my cheek, year after year, only gets better. I'm weak in the knees, with the sheets. You on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need. That's all I need.
I'll be there when the lights don't shine. I'll be there in the sleepless nights. I'll be there, make you feel alright. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there when the lights don't shine. I'll be there in the sleepless nights. I'll be there, make you feel alright. I'll be there, I'll be
I've been in and out my mind since I hit your phone. I've been counting up the times that I did you wrong. I just want you by my side when I get real gone. Feel it's been a little while since we got along, yeah. We've been playing stupid games, the situation rotates. And they say communication, safe relations, okay. Medicated how I'm patient, wasting time ain't the way. Cause I can see it on your face. I've been tossing, turning, staying up all night long. I've been calling, yearning, wondering what I did wrong. I could tell by your eyes you got something to hide. So open your mind up, let me inside, and let's make it right. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? Cause I keep trying to figure it out. Oh no, oh no. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? I'm only picking up what you're putting down. You'll be tripping, I don't know what about. So what's the problem right now? Okay, now hold up. Let me get something right off my chest. I've been meaning to read into it, time to put it to rest. Is it stress? Is it that I ain't answer your text? Don't you treat it like amnesia, you know I always forget. Stirring the pot real hot, watch how the plot thickens. Around the clock, tick tock, need more than 20 seconds to get your attention before it's on to the next thing. And I'm over here again wondering, can I hold ya, hear your truth, pull you closer, talk it through?
Girl, you know that I'm the one that you can come and complain to. Your silhouette's amazing, but your brain is a maze too.
So can you help me find my way while I find something to say?
I know the arguing just augments everything going both ways, but baby, I can see it on your face.
I've been tossing, turning, staying up all night long. I've been calling, yearning, wondering what I did wrong. I could tell by your eyes you got something to hide. So open your mind up, let me inside, and let's make it right. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? Cause I keep trying to figure it out. Oh no, oh no. Tell me baby, what's the problem? I'm only picking up what you're putting down. You'll be tripping, I don't know what about. So what's the problem right now?
No, don't think he ever really knew me. I have run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different. In some way I kept my soul. I got time if you want me to freeze up. I knew now I found the flow. I'ma need you to keep up, not slowing down anymore.
Do what you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. On the hip, in case the obstacle. My homies, I be always had the hook up. You
Me what you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. On the hip, in case the obstacle. My homies, I be always had the hook up.
Oh, don't think he ever really knew me. I run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different. In some ways I kept my soul. Don't think he ever really knew me. I run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different. In some ways I kept my soul. Never really knew me. Never really knew me. No, don't think he ever really knew me. I have run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different. In some way I kept my soul. I got time if you want me to freeze up. I knew now I found the flow. I'ma need you to keep up, not slowing down anymore.
What you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. On the hip, in case the obstacle. My homies, I be always had the hook up. You
Me what you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. On the hip, in case the obstacle. My homies, I be always had the hook up.
I've been looking, finding all what is inside. I'm taking in all the lights. Oh, I'm not used to this. I'm not looking back, I'm not clear. And if you love me, you let me fly.
Oh, I don't mind a little rain on my suit. A little bit of angry makes you cute. And we've been watching this show so long, but it feels like everything that we wrote went back into the pen we used. Won't take long, even when I'm without you, babe. So listen up and play along. And that's how time flies, like we on a different timeline. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. This fine line that we keep on walking all night. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down.
places old and new. Sweeter song than our favorite song. And it feels like every time that it comes on, we just roll on till the day's done and the lights gone. And it won't take long, even when I'm without you, babe. So listen up and play along, yeah. And that's how time flies, like we on a different timeline. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. It's fine line that we keep on walking all night. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down for anything. Down, we can keep it. Down, we can keep it. Down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, if we can keep it. Down, if we can keep it. Down, oh, I'm down for anything. For anything.
Sometimes you feel weak. The fear you carry inside wakes you up. The overplaying pattern of memory hides your true face. Take your own method, looking for the one who's trying to be perfect, yeah. You'll try to match it, don't be sad if you don't make it. You hope for wonders, living life means making blunders. It can make you shatter, you will try to fight the thunder. Trust me no matter what happens, because I will stay by your side in your heart. Whatever happens, remember that you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. Follow the light if you're not sure. Listen to your gut. The right path will come when the time is right. Take your own method, looking for the one who's trying to be perfect, yeah. You'll try to match it, don't be sad if you don't make it. You hope for wonders, living life means making blunders. It can make you shatter, you will try to fight the thunder. Trust me no matter what happens, because I will stay by your side in your heart. Whatever happens, remember that you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want.
I got lost tonight under the stars up in the sky. Directions hard to find under the stars up in the sky. I got lost tonight under the stars up in the sky. Directions hard to find under the stars up in the sky. I don't know where to take this, I don't wanna break this. We're living in the moment, we're living in the moment. Your head is on my shoulder, we're never getting older. Baby, it's you and I. Yeah, we're stars in the sky. Oh, know you'll follow me. I don't wanna take this, I don't wanna break this. We're living in the moment, we're living in the moment. Your head is on my shoulder, we're never getting older. Baby, it's you and I. You and I. Yeah, we're stars in the sky. Oh, you and I. Yeah, we're stars in the sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in once again to the Challenger Series for 2025. For the APL Oceanic Qualifiers, we're back here on the maybe third week. I'm thinking third week. Third week sounds about right. And I'm joined by Trav.
Hello.
How you going?
Yeah, I'm going great, man. Pleasure to be here with you. Pleasure to have some duo casting. Used to be casting these things solo, so... Sorry, I've been caught off guard. There's a bit of a no ban there.
Oh, well, it's a good start for Border.
Yeah.
We love to see the no bans on the attacking side. But, however, this game is going to be very interesting. We've got two teams that are somewhat equal going into this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say we've got equal teams. We've got one of the probably the better matches probably going to have this morning going ahead of us. But I don't think, just because it's going to be a close match, doesn't mean these teams are going to be taking it 100% seriously if the operator bans. As I'm sure you can see in the game chat, the operator bans. We're going to have some fun to kick things off on the stream this morning. I think there's nothing more than that is important here. It's like you want the fun, you want to have good times with it all, because at the end of the day, it's the game. Of course, there are some very big prizes for teams that can go on further in this competition. Top 3 in this weekend's qualifiers will send you through over towards the group stage of the qualifiers for the Oceanic Challenger Series, which is, of course, there's some very big prizes should you be able to get there.
Yeah, of course, going into a Swiss stage style, which is the first time we've had that in the OCE region. It's going to be an absolutely amazing sort of gameplay, and I'm kind of hoping for double eliminations for a lot of these teams, but, as we continue through, it's a quest to fight. You've got to be able to take control of the maps and be able to play against all of these opposition teams. And we've seen a lot of teams that have been able to make their way through into that stage. However, these two teams, only one can continue forward.
That's it. And especially, I think the worry comes now. We're now on qualifier number 3 overall, which of course means then next week is the 4th and final qualifier. And if I'm reading Wikipedia right, only one team will be making out of next weekend's qualifier. So you have to win the entire thing if you want to be going onwards towards the Swiss, Swiss stage. So of course, it's very, very difficult fine margins for both of these teams. To have such a strong opponent right off the bat, it's going to be a warm-up, but it is going to be a bloodbath. And sure, right now, these teams are having a bit of fun with it. I've got a feeling as the game goes on, if we get towards an overtime possibly, they're going to have to lock in. They're going to have to get serious, because there's a lot on the line here for both of these sides.
Now, obviously, Border, it's one of those maps that is quite problematic for attackers to really gain a lot of control over. But again, it is that map that a lot of teams enjoy playing, especially here in the OCE region. Everyone seems to love playing on this map. With the setups, it looks like we're going to have a bit of an extension play over into CCTV, as well as a bit of an extension into, I believe that's officers over there.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you look at Border, it leaves a lot of questions. What's going to happen? Where are the enemies going to push from? And who's going to be the first target found?
Yeah, and I guess spearheading this entire assault is going to be the Blackbeard. You can see him already towards the armory walls here, getting in the faces of the sides of LFO now for the entire morning. LFO getting in their faces, trying to sort of spearhead the assault, have an assessment of things come. But first things first is clearing this security side, and more importantly, breakthrough. As you can see here, being held down by the castle, UMP ACOG trying to take down these attackers. Going to get a beautiful shot, kick things off there onto Dragos, takes them down. LFO start things off strong.
Yeah, that immediate pickup is going to reduce a significant amount of pressure already being placed down. The damage does come through once again, and they've been able to spot this Blackbeard, so they know that this shield is going to be set up into play. And whether or not they just decide to cut him off, it looks like they've got a lot of players just set up for that potential push into the position. But Broken, he's made his way up the back end. Spots one, almost finds him out on the east stairs, but won't be able to confirm the kill.
And now the thing it comes to support from the teammates. Now Down Under Academy all pushing as a cohesive unit here, trying to cause some pressure. But here comes the C4. It's going to be detonated. It's going to be able to catch the Blackbeard, and then he keeps on swinging out with the shotgun. It's all down to Broken in a 1 versus 5. Can't get any of them. It's a flawless round for Met LFO to kick things off, and that one, well, that was a strong start from them. A real statement here in round number 1. Oh.
And the immediate, excuse me, I'm having the same issue. Immediate identifier that we can straight up see from LFO is they had the ability to operate around where that attack was coming from. The second that they identified that attack was coming from break room, they immediately rotated 3 players and waited for that push to come through, and was just able to find those picks early. If they decided to push from another direction, it was already prepped for. So on the side of Down Under, they're going to need to be thinking, whereabouts can we start this next push from, and how can we lock it out and down?
Yeah, that's it. You've got to have the read a little bit better on the attack there, a little bit more adaptivity. I think, as you say, Met LFO, they got the read, they understood what was going on, and then they were able to just play around that. Down Under, they kept trying to fight fire with fire, but it wasn't really working out for them. LFO were adapting, going around, and it just worked for them. And as you saw, it was a flawless round. Down Under, not really getting the greatest of starts here. Of course, this time round, of course, we're going to be heading towards down over towards the archive this time round. So a bit of a different bomb site, not archives. Bathroom site. Going a bit crazy here. Oh, it's too early for this. Heading down towards bathroom site, and of course it's going to be a slight adaptation here from Down Under Academy. Going to be bringing out the Montaigne this time, but most of the other lineup looks fairly similar to what we saw before. Just going to be trying to spearhead through the charge, sort of really put on an aggressive front, but then that is Border. You have to be aggressive. It's all about getting control of the map early on, quickly, and keeping pace throughout the map, because we all know Border is small. If anything, this is a map that's all about your gun skill and how quickly you can shoot through the opponent. And Down Under, I've got a feeling they're going to make an early start here in towards Armory.
Well, the straight up identifier here is get control of the upstairs. If we can push off these 2 players upstairs, it'll make for a lot easier potential push downstairs. And straight off the bat, that Montaigne providing so much info, mixed in as well with the Zofia, just peeking down the hallway, not able to find anything just yet, and the Nitro Cell also catching a bit of that Montaigne from downstairs. I'm surprised that the info wasn't really gathered to move that C4 slightly back, but for now, keep an eye on Broken Mind. He's made his way down the eastern stairs. If he gets picked up here, he doesn't, and he finds the kill that he was looking for, but on the opposite side, that's 2 members down from the side of Down Under.
And that's disaster a little bit there for Down Under. You saw there, Vichin able to try to go around, trying to get a bit of a push behind the players on the top floor, sort of circle him in a little bit, but unfortunately the kills don't go quite their way. Broken Mind now stuck in a bit of a difficult spot in here, and he says he's going to have to try and push up and try to support the teammate, get the remaining player. That is, of course, Hawk upstairs, playing by Fountain on the Azami. You have those keeper barricades, so you can really dissect these objectives, control where the pushes are coming from. And here you go, you're going to see it. Uses it to cover the swing across the doorway. Instead, going to go for a little bit of retreat. Masterful use of the utility there. Falls back down towards the objective. Because at this point for Met LFO, all you need to do is just wait it out, play the trade game. You've got 4 versus 3 man advantage. You just wait your time, wait for Down Under, not to mention Dragos also on low HP there. 1 bullet's going to be taking him out of this one. There you go. Just as it said, that's what happens. From below, it's the Valkyrie below. No C4, but they may have the idea whether the revive comes through or not. We yet to wait and see. But either way, they have the idea. There you go. Pokeball's going to finish the job, and it's a 2 versus 4. Not looking great here for Down Under Academy. As the one top main stairs gets shut down, that's Broken Mind. It's all down to Sharky.
Yeah, Broken Mind being picked up there is a big problem for Down Under, and straight off the bat, shotgun in hand, the little super shorty is just going to be able to take down the last member of Down Under. So far, what we have seen is a lot of different sorts of pushes. I'm loving the flanks coming out from Broken Mind, being able to find those angles, but it just seems like he's missing certain locations of players, and then his teammates, when trying to make this push, are giving away so much information. When they try to approach a potential push point, they're just cut off immediately. And with the amount of nitros, with the amount of positions that are available on border, you need to be making sure that there's no one underneath and there's no one on the sides of where you're pushing. Otherwise, you're just going to get cut down.
Yeah, you have to make sure there's no one slipping through the cracks because it's like a tightly knit net. If you have a little hole in there, that will spell disaster here. Met LFO, they've done a real great job of things so far. You know, credit to them. They've had the read. They felt like they've been in control, and more importantly, they've known what's going on every single second of every single round we've had so far. They've had the idea. They've had the read. They know. And in a game like Siege, that intel is so, so important. And being able to have that game, being able to have that knowledge, that's going to be the ones that is defining these rounds. And it's the reason why Met LFO have found themselves 2-0 up and what have been 2 fairly dominant rounds here.
And there goes the drone. Nice and easy for the Valkyrie to pick it up. And so far, we're seeing a lot of intel denial coming in from LFO. I'm even tripping up over the name. As it looks like all they're trying to do, reduce the amount of info to be provided on the side of Down Under and make them peek it, make them wide swing, make them clear every angle with their head so they can take the ones and potentially find that easy kill early. Now, going for this downstairs site, we got ventilation and servers once again. So, control of CCTV and control of armory. That's the name of the game. That's the play. Whether or not they decide to go for that push, it all depends on that one player in that off position. But Jolie's going to be taking a lot of damage downstairs.
Yeah, that's not a great start. You want to keep this Maestro alive. Of course, those Evil Eyes, they can only be actually used if the Maestro is alive. But it's crucial to make sure that player stays up. However, what is starting here for Down Under Academy is this push towards the top floor here. They're now in towards security. Get control of the area, which is a great start for them. However, as you say, you need to look towards armory and get control over there. Ram is on the board. That operator's going to be key going into the later stage round. Those booty drones going to be able to open up all of the flooring available over towards the armory side. But there's a mirror window upstairs, and that is going to need to be shaken off, moved away before they can make the push into armory. They're going to be able to scare the player off. They're going to fall back down towards the basement, first floor, and that is second floor control now in the hands of Down Under Academy, as well as a very good early pick on towards Fort.
And I'm loving the rotations immediately identified by Down Under. The second that they see a potential loss of another player, they're taking that player, getting him incredibly quickly out of the position and just repositioning him downstairs. That's what you need to do in this game. Delay as much time as possible before the enemy can get control of the upstairs. And we will start to see the boogie drones coming out. Maybe, just maybe. I was about to say it, but it's been taken from my mind. We have that many nitro cells. One's bound to hit. And it does find the side of Mini Drag, and one more nitro cell remaining, but it already looks like this round is slowly going out of control for Down Under.
It's a shame because it was a much better start from Down Under, really. They started off the round with good entrance. They got the opening pick, and they got decent control in a pretty good amount of time as well. It was all looking so promising, but unfortunately, it's kind of last little hurdle here. Once you've got that armory control, right, what do we do with it now, lads? That's the question that was raised, and unfortunately, it didn't really seem like Down Under had the answer because the C4s from below playing their part into this round. No choice but to drop straight into the objective here. Drago's on the Nomad, going to be leading the charge, but caught out by the Maestro, leaving just Sharky on their lonesome. Gets one back, makes things into a 1 versus 3, making a 1 versus 2. But with 15 seconds, surely Met LFO could hold on to this one. But it's a triple. Do they know the player's gone above? Do they know the clock is against them? No choice here but to try and stick the plant. All Zol has to do is push on. They have the yellow ping. They know where. And they're going to find it. And just about Met LFO, they take their 3rd round in a row. And it was close, fine margins, but they're still getting the job done.
Sharky absolutely popping off there, identifying exactly where the players were making their moves from and just taking that 1-to-1-to-1. Most of the players there also giving him the ones, almost losing out the round, but unfortunately, as you mentioned, the timer ticked down and it just wasn't enough. So now we've got the reset. All the members from Meh LFO can now restart. They can go back upstairs and start holding it down. I'm very interested though.
Yeah?
That echo coming in, that's not a common practice that we see. And Jolie probably will show me up here, but Echo, one of my favorite operators, would love to see how they play with them.
Yeah, you know, Echo's, at least over in Europe, it's something we've seen a little bit more of lately. Last couple of weeks, Echo's sort of had, not, I want to say a full resurgence back into the spotlight, but there's definitely more Echo than we have seen. I mean, as you say, it's such a fun operator, and especially as that clock is dwindling down towards the final seconds of the round, just by having those yokai drones active and the Echo alive, that single operator, that single bit of utility, it can be round defined. So, yeah, really interesting to see how that one plays, of course, going into the final stages of this round. But of course, you've got to get there. You've got to keep the Echo alive. And Down Under Academy, the last time they attacked this one, they got flawless. So it's going to need to be a whole change of approach from them. And at least operator lineup-wise, compared to last time, we're ditching the Blackbeard, we're bringing the Capital and the Flores on the board. So different operator lineup this go-around. But obviously a change of strategy and a much-needed one, I think, at that. But of course, secrets in the source are Down Under Academy going to be able to do better than they did last time.
So interestingly, I was just looking whereabouts those Echo drones were placed. Both of them are up on top of things. It doesn't make a lot of sense because of the fact that you can hear the Echo drones quite loudly, but it's an interesting idea. And as I said, I want to see how this kind of works. Regardless though, the Ash from the side of Down Under finds one, almost finds the second, but it's immediately their head taken off as the Frost answers back. XOL finds one as well on the Broken. That's going to open up that break room side and mean members from Meh LFO. See, I'm doing it as well.
Yeah.
Won't be able to... Exactly. It won't be able to find exactly where that push point is, and already we're starting to see the members from Meh shift around and able to straight up just stop this potential push going in. They make it in, but there's still a lot more to move.
Yeah, a lot of things, a lot of challenges ahead of them. We're going to be going in for offices, but the crossfire from Met is being held, and that's the key here. Down Under Academy, they don't really have wiggle room in towards this one here. They're going to have to try and find something. They'll still do have some utility in the pocket of the Sophia, but it's going to need to be some good intuitive play here, because otherwise, Met LFO, they're just going to hold the crossfires, just hold the angles, and now it goes from bad to worse with now all down to Sharky. Left in the 1 versus 3. Met LFO, they're just going to say, they're just going to wait the angles, hold on. The Echo drones, they're stunning through. And here comes XOL on the sprint. They want to put the closest player in. Hawk sees it, finds it, and Met LFO 4 in a row here. Doesn't really seem like there's much to stop them at the minute. Down Under Academy really, really struggling to get themselves into this one. 4-0 lead now. I'm starting to get a little bit worried.
Well, surprisingly as well, there's one member on... I was going to say there's one member on Meh LFO that hasn't died. Actually, he hasn't. He's got 8 kills. XOL is absolutely having a beautiful and a stunner of a game so far. But as we mentioned, going into bathroom and tellers back down to that first floor, so far we've seen Down Under try and try again to control that upstairs push. They've given it 2 different directional plays, and both times they've been immediately cut off by the rotations being made. Who says you need bans? Meh LFO says, no, I don't need them at all.
No bans needed. Yeah, you know, it's a showing of confidence, those bans, isn't it? I mean, obviously a lot of these teams are doing it in good spirit, but it's that small component of the mental warfare. Met LFO obviously choosing not to ban anything, that shows a bit of confidence. And it seems rightfully placed confidence. I mean, they're 4-0 up on their first couple of defensive rounds here. it's a great start for them, and it's exactly what they're going to be looking for. Down Under Academy, they know players are slipping through the cracks, and I think they're adjusting the operator lineup to try and deal with that one. The Deimos and the Jackal being locked in now, going to be so useful for identifying these roamers. More importantly, anyone that sort of slips away, anyone that's able to get behind the attack of Down Under Academy, they're going to be able to hunt them down. They're going to be able to identify them. So I think it's a good adaptation there. Curious to see if it's going to be useful enough to be able to get Down Under their first round. Of course, we'll have to wait and see.
I'm surprised by the double intel operator pick. It feels like they're just too concerned with the amount of potential roamers, and as a result, they're bringing double intel gathering operators.
Oh,
Not a normal thing that we see. Oh no, broken.
Oh no, not to the
Broken,
boogie
no.
drone! Oh, straight into the frost
From the
mat and then
frost
team
mat.
killed.
Oh no, no. Down Under, what is going on? Take a second, recompose, take the time out if you need. But regardless, with the amount of intel that they've now gathered, it hasn't been too much, but they still find the first, and that could open up the round for what we're looking for.
Here comes Dragos on a bit of a backstab here through Armory. Trying to catch through these final player up on the top floor for the side of Met LFO. Yet again, it is Hawk. Playing towards Fountain on that Azami. It's a familiar side for. Were able to escape with their life last time, but there's more attacks here. More attackers up here on the top floor. Here the utility, frag grenades pouring in, circling around now. Hawk, the question is, do you want to try and take some down with you, or do you just want to try and retreat back to site safely? Elsewhere, though, the Frost is going to be falling. There you go. Here comes Hawks. Gets one, gets a second. 2 versus 3 now. Swings the round right back into the hands of Met LFO, leaving the 2 intel gathering operators with all left to do. One taking a hell of a lot of damage from a C4. Minute 15 left to play with here, but now it's just Vijin in a 1 versus 3.
And even with the 2 sets of intel gathering operators to look for those potential roamers, it's just not enough. They did not clear Hawk out. They knew the Azami was upstairs. They knew they could potentially be on the flank, but they still didn't use the utility as required. And unfortunately, that's what cost them the round. They had the control that they needed. They had the early advantage of finding that pick, but they weren't able to work with it and use the advantage as effectively as they could have. But for now, the last round of the half, first floor ventilation, first floor workshop. If they can lock down at least 1 on this half, it will be huge coming in to the second side. But again, Down Under, they're just looking extremely out of it, extremely confused. They don't look like they were ready for this type of defense. And honestly, Trav, going into this last round, I'm concerned.
Yeah. Concerned echo here as well. I mean, Met LFO, you look at the lineups they keep bringing, they're changing things around. And as you say, Down Under, they look a little confused. And Met LFO, whether they're reading into that or they just want to keep switching things up, regardless of, they're swapping things around all the time. So whenever Down Under think they've got to read on, but Met LFO go and change the playbook ever so slightly. And it's this feeling of control that I feel like Met had over this entire match so far, where they feel like they're the ones setting the control and the pace. It's always Down Under on the back seat, trying to play catch up. And you know, I do look towards that last round. I don't want to harp on it too much, but that Montaigne, they must have known there was a Frost on the board. Shield is such a big part of your attack, and then you just send him into the objective, almost blindly, not checking underneath the window where, you know, there's commonly a Frost mat there. It's just the mistakes like that are really coming costly for Down Under right now. Met LFO, they're looking really, really good, and I think unless something drastic changes in this round and in the second half, they should be able to take this one quite comfortably.
So I'm not sure if Broken has a spectator bug on our end, but it appears that he's being haunted by a boogie drone. Or a boogie drone icon on his screen. So he may, that's definitely going to remind him of the position that he was unfortunately in the round before. But for now, the first kill does come through. The Buck will open up the round, taking out the mirror. Again, a big play immediately being found there, and they're going to need to continue with this aggression. They've been able to find one, but needing clearance in towards Armory, in towards officers is required, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to really be getting on the roam from the side of Meh LFO. They've lost one. They don't want to lose a second, and immediately there goes the second.
I mean, Hawk in a real rock and a hard place there, really trying to make something happen there. floor, on the flank, gets caught out, and then this is looking much better for Down Under Academy here. Met LFO trying to put a lot of pressure on the top floor, and unfortunately he's getting caught out in the process of doing so. As you can see here, Vijin storming into sight on a cripples for the round, all down Jolie now in the 5 versus 1. Exactly the thing we saw to start this half, but it was the other way around. They see the player on the plant, and then they're going to get caught out. A quad for Vijin, and with it, Down Under get themselves around on the board, and sure, it's a 5-1 scoreline, but they needed that round, and I want to say the comeback's on. Yeah, I think it'll take a couple more rounds of convincing to well and truly say that one, but it's a start.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. Comeback is on. Let's go to Comeback Town.
Okay.
Second floor armory, second floor archives is where we'll be starting ourselves off again, choosing the upstairs hold. And as we saw in the first round, it looks like we're seeing quite a lot of significance when it comes to the operator picks. We've got almost the same sort of lineup when it comes to this second floor site, but again, Down Under, it's one round so far. You need to be able to find at least 5 more before they reach match point, preferably so you guys can go to match point, or we can even go to OT.
Ooh.
In saying that, going on to the back end, we know that border is an attacker-sided map. Do you think we will be able to reach it?
Listen, I'm from EU. I'm going to be the pessimist in the room here. I'm going to be, or you'd call me a pessimist. I'd call myself a realist. I don't see this one going all the way, if I'm being honest. It was a great round from them, and I don't want to count them out before it's all said and done. But Met LFO, I think, they showed a lot of quality in the first half. I mean, XOL 8-2 at the minute. And almost all players on that team are positive at the minute. So I think it's one of these situations where Down Under, it's a long road. I'm definitely not going to say there's definitely a world in where they can do it. But it's a very, very tall ask. And it's a lot to be putting on the table this early on in the qualifiers. I mean, this is game number 1. This is, obviously, you're randomly seeded with the team, so you can't always guarantee who you're going to be playing against. But 9 times out of 10, this is normally quite an easy game. And for both of these teams, especially Down Under, to be tested on so early, it's got to knock them a little bit, I reckon.
Well, I am a cup half full, my guy. My guy.
You're a cup half full.
So I'm absolutely down to see some sort of comeback. But as you mentioned, it is a tall order. There's a lot to get through and a lot of time to take. Each of these rounds matters, and that is not what you want to see. Hawk immediately finding the first pick, and that puts Down Under straight onto the disadvantage. The trade back is going to be there. Sharky, again, a steady rock and a steady stream for his team, was able to secure that kill. Finds the second. That is huge, but on the opposite side of the map, Joel Lee is able to find the kill on the Broken. So it's back to a 3-on-3, and the health advantage actually goes over to Down Under. Whether or not they can continue to hold this, it's going to come down to 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, final half of the round now. This one's going to be a tall ask, sure. Security controllers mostly fall in the way now of Met LFO. They should be able to get themselves into there. They should be able to get map control. Of course, now it's going to be eyeing up on the objective itself. You've lost the Deimos, which is going to, you can operate that can create so much pressure, which of course is going to be a bit of a problem for Met LFO. You do have the Lion though on the board, but as you've got the Zero and the Sam Cam, so you've got the intel, you've got an operator as well that has great end around utility. But it's a question of how it's going to be used, how it's going to be applied here, and unfortunately, it's traded back immediately though. Dragos 2 versus 2 now, 50 seconds on the clock here. But Maestro, they have the read, one headed in towards the Calliope corridor, and it's all down to Mini left in the 1 versus 2 situation on the Maestro, on the Alder, and this is the kind of gun you want in these clutch situations here. It's got like 80 bullets in the magazine, 50 still remain. Impact going to deny. Attempting to deny on the breach, it's not going to happen through. It said drop's going to come through, and instead going to play the time, likely with the Evil Eyes here. And we've spoken a bit about this end of round utility so far, and if Met LFO don't get a read onto this, time trickles from them, it could be disastrous. Here it goes, here comes the laser blasts, and it's just keeping these Evil Eyes alive now for the remainder of the round. However, behind the half wall, there's no rotate made through. The plant almost likely guaranteed to stick through. The shots are going to miss, and the diffuser goes down, and now the clutch becomes much, much more difficult here for the side of Down Under Academy. From below, what can Mini get cooking? XOL, top performing player in the lobby so far on the other side. Going to be a tough one. Reaching in through the metal detectors takes a lot of damage, and unfortunately not going to get either. And Meta LFO, they're going to find themselves up onto match point 6-1. It's a good start to their attacks, and I think they're going to be looking to close this one out.
And it was such a good idea from the Maestro there. Perfectly positioned for the downstairs hold and could just absolutely use those Evil Eyes as much as possible. But the position that he had left himself in was just not applicable for where the plant was going down. The shots just needed to move a bit further to the right, maybe about 2 inches.
Yeah.
Not that far, to be fair. Regardless, though, it doesn't make the kill any less sweet. But for now, we're going back upstairs. Second floor armory, second floor archives. Once again, we're going to be looking to lock down that top floor, and again, we're seeing the same sort of operators being brought in. The only difference that we will be seeing is the Valkyrie coming into play for a bit of intel gathering. But I mean, 6-1, it's doable. OCE is one of those regions where we've seen this happen time and time again, but we need to start seeing more direct play coming in from Down Under. When they rushed the site, when they tried to run the angles and played the angles as much as they could, or took the ones, they were just able to find each and every one of those kills, and they got the round from them. I feel like Down Under are just a little bit scared.
Yeah. And they need to try and ignore that round line at the top of the screen saying you're 6-1 down, you need 5 in a row just to get to overtime. You need to ignore that. You need to be able to take this round by round, one at a time, and just go and play with the confidence. You need to play with the confidence, you need to play in a way that's going to back yourself into a winning position here. Because if you're playing timid, I've said it a few times now, Met LFO, they felt in control for a lot of this matchup. And the one round where Down Under won was the round where they took the initiative, they took the assault, and they really, really sort of took control of the round. They need to do that again here, and they need to do it 5 times in a row. It's a tough one. There's no denying it. But they've proven they can do it once. It's the question of can they do it again and again.
Well, with one round being secured, as you mentioned, it's gonna be tough. But I support them. I want them to make this comeback because it will make for a good game, and that's exactly what we kind of want to see. But for now, looking at the positioning, well, it looks like we'll be getting somewhat of an east side take mixed in with an armory side just to put a bit of pressure on that player sitting inside a break room. The entrance has already been made by Hawk. He won't be able to find one just yet, but the damage is being dealt. Chicken on low HP. Sharky's able to find the trade back, and that will open up the round just a little bit, and he's going to drop away. Good idea, Dragos. Here we go. This is what I want to see from Down Under. We're starting to get a little bit of that aggression. Dragos is going to get tagged right up there. But for the rest of LFO, they're on the down end, and there's still 5 players on the opposite side for Down Under.
Yeah, and look at the HP as well for Down Under. 3, make it 2 players now on low HP. It is worrying, but they've shown that really early confidence in the round. They've backed themselves through that security hold, and it's worked out for them. They've been able to hold on to the territory for a decent amount of time, and they've fallen back now, sure. But the key is you've taken away Met LFO. And look at the operators you've taken off the board as well. You've taken off the line, that end round utility. And there you go, Claw as well, getting another. That's good. Met LFO with 3 versus 3 Down Under. They started this round off so strongly. They can't be throwing this one away, surely. And they really, really, I do worry. Of course, as these players of Met LFO, they're circling around there, deciding how they want to take the final couple seconds of this round here. 30 seconds on the clock. Sharky. Oh no, the frag grenade.
The big priority kill here will be XOL, and it looks like, as I say that though, the site's been kind of cleared up. Hawk's gonna get caught out by Dragos, so it's all down to, I'm not even gonna attempt that name, the IQ from the side of LFO as XOL will start making his way in. It's Broken Mind being taken down. It's all down to 1, but he's leaning behind, and the position's going to be given away. It's not seen. LFO continue on, and they will take on, I believe it is going to be I'll double check just to make sure. I believe they're going to be
Fruit
going
Snacks.
on to take down Fruit Snacks if they
What a
want to
team
continue
name.
through today. But what a beautiful, beautiful game coming in from both of these two teams. And unfortunately, for the side of Down Under Academy, they just seem to be on
Cut
the
the
wrong end.
camera. Yeah, unfortunately so for them. I mean, that one was tragic. I mean, I think I wanted that one to be a little bit closer there. As you sort of said, it was hopefully going to be one of those games that did go a little bit further, but unfortunately, I think it was difficult, really, for Down Under to get themselves into that one. And, well, that is all going to be for game number 1 here, folks. As we said, we'll be back with game number 2, Met LFO versus Fruit Snacks. Just a couple minutes, so don't go anywhere, because hopefully that one may just be a little bit closer. We'll have to wait and see. Be back in a few.
See you soon.
I am wasting all my time. I'm messing up my mind. I only need someone, and I've been waiting for a sign. I'm ready for your touch. I'll never be that guy. I think there's something in my eyes. I cannot see your lies. You think that I'm surprised? Fall back into your trap. Send me your eyes. Don't you think it's time for something else? I asked for something more. You gave me so much less. I wonder why I stay. I am wasting all my time. I'm messing up my mind. I only need someone, and I've been waiting for a sign. I'm ready for your touch. I'll never be that guy. I don't even know how I fall in love. I don't even know. I don't even know. I might fall in love. I don't even know.
Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. It's karma. Shh, it's okay to hurt your voice screaming in my face. I know you gotta bark when you don't got bite. Tell me, what's that like? What's that like? Being that insecure, acting up, immature. Had enough, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. You know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. Now you got hurt 'cause you made me. Yeah, you know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You only got hurt 'cause you made me bored. It's karma. It's karma. Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You'll see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. Snip, snip, cutting your bullshit with a plot twist. Don't waste my time, I don't do toxic. I see you looking at me like she's so sweet. She's so nice, I can do what I like, right? Did I make you cry? I forgot that you're right. You know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. Now you got hurt 'cause you made me. Yeah, you know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. sip, sip. I'm so bored.
The night is young, we go, it's strong till dawn. Up all night till the morning comes. We love it so, we go, it's strong for more. Let's get it on and rave all night long. We're the party pioneers. We won't bring the fire when we go for a ride. Party pioneers. Things are going well, 'cause we are the party pioneers. Party pioneers. Party pioneers. Party pioneers. Party pioneers. So come on, let's keep the fire burn. The night's not over, there's no return. Only love, it's all we need to know. Together we'll shine like stars in the sky. Oh, we go. Ooh, we'll join. Oh, we go. Who's in it for more? We're the party pioneers. We will bring the fire when we go for a ride. Party pioneers. Things are going well, 'cause we are the party pioneers. Party pioneers. Party pioneers. Party pioneers. We will bring the fire when we go for a ride. Party pioneers. Things are going well, 'cause we are the party pioneers. Party pioneers. Party pioneers.
My head in my hands, listen up, says my teacher. In front of the class, he says if you're not a believer, of my views, that's on you. Better shape up and pay your dues. Of my views, that's on you. I'll be on a flight soon to Vienna singing, ooh. Gotta know all this propaganda, how do you do? Better get it with my own medicine for you. Never gonna make them think I'll stand there. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know let loose, don't mind if I do. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know let loose, don't mind if I do. Free as the wind and as strong as a piece of amber. Give me a breath like the fire you'll soon remember. Ooh. I'll be on a fleet soon to the end. I'm singing, ooh. Gotta know all this propaganda, how do you do? For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know let loose, don't mind if I do. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I
Oh, so suddenly you poison the air I breathe. But if you don't hate me, then why would you break me? Feel it in my bones, I'm about to lose control. Only so much I'm taking, so get yourself to safety. Cause baby, a storm is coming. You better heed the one and pray. Don't stay, run away, 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 away. Feel how the rain is pouring. I'm a jet like a hurricane. Don't stay, run away, 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 away. Oh, so suddenly you poison the air I breathe. But if you don't hate me, then why would you break me? Feel it in my bones, I'm about to lose control. Only so much I'm taking, so get yourself to safety. Cause baby, a storm is coming. You better heed the one and pray. Don't stay, run away, 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 away. Feel how the rain is pouring. I'm at you like a hurricane. Don't stay, run away, 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 away. Feel how the rain is pouring. I'm at you like a hurricane. Don't stay, away, 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 away.
You sure do like to share your opinions, talking big like somebody's listening. Nobody's listening. It's so fun and games until it doesn't toss me out. I'll hit the ignition. Now you listen. Hop up in the window. Smaller and smaller you fade out. Hop up in the window. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Try to paint me like a no-name, so sorry, but we're not the same. No, we're not the same. Boo-hoo, poor you, please forgive me, cause I don't feel any pity. I'm fed up with lies, you wanted my demise, now you're watching me rise, rise, rise. Up in the window, smaller and smaller you fade out. Up in the window, you cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Up in the window. Up in the window. Up in the window. Up in the window.
Watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, levitate. Watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate.
Watch me levitate. You cannot kill my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above
everything you want, but you can't have. Number one regret, no take backs. The hole in your chest, that's payback. Payback, yeah, you better take that. You could call me selfish and critical, I could take the blame. Just like I could take a match and send it up in flames. Don't say I didn't warn ya, this might hurt, but that's just karma. Better take that. Call it payback. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Stay mad, I know you wanna. This might hurt, but that's just karma. That's just karma. Go and play the part, play the victim. Throw a pity party with your demons. Blaming everybody and you're screaming, screaming. But I'm the one bleeding. You're the one that's selfish and critical, you could take the blame. Just like I could take a match and send it up in flames. Don't say I didn't warn ya, this might hurt. That's just karma. Better take that. Call it payback. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Stay mad, I know you wanna. This might hurt, but that's just karma. That's just karma. Better say our last goodbyes. Oh, come back, never come back. I don't need ya, I don't want that. Oh, don't say I didn't want ya. That's just karma. That's just karma. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Stay mad, I know you wanna. This might hurt, but that's just karma.
You said that you've been lonely, makes you cold as ice. Hard to get to know me, but better than the lies. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. You said there ain't no reason, but I'll sit here every day, waiting for the moment I won't feel like I should stay. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. trying to be patient, but running out of time. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. You said there ain't no meaning, I just wanna understand everything that led us here, the teardrops when I hold your hand. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. Can we watch it fade, fade away? Can we let it fade, fade away? We'll take it day by day. Can we watch it fade, fade away? Came in and you're looking like a sign of grace. I know, but I can never match your name or face. My fault, I didn't notice it was out of place. You painting fairy tales on the wall, calling to the better of the halves of me. Please show me just a little bit of honesty. I hope I got a heart that I can salvage, but it's getting harder now to recall. I know well what let ours both try. You could have anything you wanted it all for your fool's gold. And I know well why deaf and half blind. You could get anything you wanted, yeah, I would have handed it all over, falling for you. Came in and you're looking like a sign of grace. I know, but I can never match your name to face. My fault, but when I noticed it was far too late, you left a fingerprint on my soul.
What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we lay and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else. What if we stay? What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we lay and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else. What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we lay and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else. I want you. 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 What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we lay and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else.
Then get up, get dressed. Before work's off my list. What's left to do, just guess. It's you, my favorite, but I wanna taste you and feel you shake, raising an earthquake. Can't push the brakes when a rush hits. We're going in, we're going in. You keep me biting my cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. We hit the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need. When a day's gone, we've only begun. That's the best part. When we get it on, I'm addicted, no denying it. Cause you don't cross my mind, you live in it. I wanna taste you and feel you shake, raising an earthquake. Can't push the brakes when a rush hits. We're going in, we're going in. You keep me biting my cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. We hit the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need.
I'm about to get 30,
Look at me biting my cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. With the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need. That's all I need.
I'll be there when the lights don't shine. I'll be there in the sleepless nights. I'll be there, make you feel alright. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there when the lights don't shine. I'll be there in the sleepless nights. I'll be there, make you feel alright. I'll be there, I'll be
I've been in and out my mind since I hit your phone. I've been counting up the times that I did you wrong. I just want you by my side when I get real gone. Feel it's been a little while since we got along, yeah. We've been playing stupid games, the situation rotates. And they say communication, safe relations, okay. Medicated how I'm patient, wasting time ain't the way. Cause I can see it on your face. I've been tossing, turning, staying up all night long. I've been calling, yearning, wondering what I did wrong. I could tell by your eyes you got something to hide. So open your mind up, let me inside, and let's make it right. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? Cause I keep trying to figure it out. Oh no, oh no. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? I'm only picking up what you're putting down. You'll be tripping, I don't know what about. So what's the problem right now? Okay, now hold up. Let me get something right off my chest. I've been meaning to read into it, time to put it to rest. Is it stress? Is it that I ain't answer your text? Don't you treat it like amnesia, you know I always forget. Stirring the pot real hot, watch how the plot thickens. Around the clock, tick tock, need more than 20 seconds to get your attention before it's on to the next thing. And I'm over here again wondering, can I hold ya, hear your truth, pull you closer, talk it through?
Girl, you know that I'm the one that you can come and complain to. Your silhouette's amazing, but your brain is a maze too.
So can you help me find my way while I find something to say?
I know the arguing just augments everything going both ways, but baby, I can see it on your face.
I've been tossing, turning, staying up all night long. I've been calling, yearning, wondering what I did wrong. I could tell by your eyes you got something to hide. So open your mind up, let me inside, and let's make it right. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? Cause I keep trying to figure it out. Oh no, oh no. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? I'm only picking up what you're putting down. and I don't know what about. So what's the problem right now?
No, don't think he ever really knew me. I have run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different. In some way I kept my soul. I got time if you want me to freeze up. I'm new now, I found the flow. I'ma need you to keep up, not slowing down anymore.
What you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. I'm on the hip in case the ops pull up. My homie Tommy always had the hook up. You feel me?
Me what you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. I'm on the hip in case the ops pull up. My homie Tommy always had the hook up.
Oh, don't think he ever really knew me. I run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different. In some ways I kept my soul. Don't think he ever really knew me. I run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different. In some ways I kept my soul. He ever really knew me. He ever really knew No, don't think he ever really knew me. I have run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different. In some way I kept my soul. I got time if you want me to freeze up. I'm new now, I found the flow. I'ma need you to keep up, not slowing down anymore.
What you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. I'm on the hip in case the ops pull up. My homie Tommy always had the hook up. You feel me?
Me what you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. I'm on the hip in case the ops pull up. My homie Tommy always had the hook up. You feel me?
I've been looking, finding all what is inside. I'm taking in all the lights. Oh, I'm not used to this. I'm not looking back, I'm not clear. And if you love me, you let me fly.
Oh, I don't mind a little rain on my suit. A little bit of angry makes you cute. And we've been watching this show so long, but it feels like everything that we wrote went back into the pen we used. It won't take long, even when I'm without you, when I'm without you, babe. So listen up and play along. And that's how time flies, like we on a different timeline. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. This fine line that we keep on walking all night. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Yeah, we can make a mess inside this booth. You're taking me to places old and new. Sweet sweetest sound than our favorite song. And it feels like every time that it comes on, we just roll on till the day's done and the lights gone. And it won't take long, even when I'm without you, when I'm without you, babe. So listen up and play along, yeah. And that's how time flies, like we on a different timeline. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. It's fine line, and then we keep on walking all night. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down for anything. Down, down, down. We can keep it. Down, down, down. We can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, down, down. We can keep it. Down, down, down. We can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. For anything. For anything.
Sometimes you feel weak. The fear you carry inside wakes you up. The overplaying pattern of memory hides your true face. Take your own method, looking for the one who's trying to be perfect, yeah. You'll try to match it, don't be sad if you don't make it. You hope for wonders, living life means making blunders. It can make you shatter, you will try to fight the thunder. Trust me no matter what happens, because I will stay by your side in your heart. Whatever happens, remember that you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. Follow the light if you're not sure. Listen to your gut. The right path will come when the time is right. Take your own method, looking for the one who's trying to be perfect, yeah. You will try to match it, don't be sad if you don't make it. You hope for wonders, living life means making blunders. It can make you shatter, you will try to fight the thunder. Trust me no matter what happens, because I will stay by your side in your heart. Whatever happens, remember that you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again for the Challenger Series 2025 APL Oceania Open Qualifier number 3. Joined by my man, the myth, the legend, Trav.
I wouldn't go that far about being a myth and a legend. Wouldn't quite go that far, but thank you very much for the introduction nonetheless. We're here, game number 2 of the day for us here on our stream. It is overtime R6 versus Cursed Gaming. For us as well, I'll be honest, I don't really know. If it's not obvious, been obvious already, I'm not an OS caster, I'm an EU. I'm an EU who's temporarily been housed over here because video games are fun and Rainbow Six is always a good time, especially down here in OS. Game number 1 today, we were treated to what we wanted to be a bit of a banger between Down Under Academy and Met LFO, but it ended up being quite a one-sided affair. So as we head towards the second game, I want to see something a little bit closer. But Tiaki, what are you thinking? Are you feeling a close game, or are you thinking we're going to be seeing another game like the first?
Look, I know most of the members on the side of Overtime are 6, and they're definitely nothing to be shy of. Curse Gaming as well, they are quite apparent with their play styles, and I mean, if Overtime recognizes that, they'll be able to easily capitalize. So as far as I know, and as far as I can see here, my prediction for this would be probably that Overtime has got this in the bag. I don't know what the score exactly is going to be, but I'm expecting a little bit of a washout. Players to keep an eye on. Keep your eye on Arcanium. Keep your eye on Verch as well. Gluttony, he has his days. Some days good, some days bad. Keep an eye on him. If he's having a good day, he will absolutely pop off. On the opposite end, though, of course, Extract is a man that you need to watch closely and carefully. And TY Snake, he's another man. Keep an eye on him. Watch him close and be afraid of his plays. But for now, we're coming into good old Chalet.
Yeah, good old Chalet Classic map. And what I'd like to little bring up here before we sort of get into this game here is the bracket so far. Of course, Overtime, they've not played a single game yet today. They got a bye in the first round of the tournament. This is going to be the first game they're playing all day, all tournament. They've been sitting around twiddling their thumbs for the last hour and a half. Meanwhile, Cursed Gaming, they played against Exotic, and that one was 8-7, so really down to the wire. A really close game, for sure, between those two sides. So, Cursed Gaming, they're going to be coming into this one probably quite warmed up, feeling ready. You know, off the hot streak of just winning the previous game, they're going to be feeling ready versus Overtime. This is their warm-up game. This is the start of the day for them. So, will that play a factor in? I suppose we're going to have to wait and see. Of course, it's a Curse Gaming probably feeling, you know, ready to get into this one. Whereas Overtime, they've been sitting here, and it's finally time for action. The question is, do they show up?
Well, keep an eye on the roamers, especially in this position. This is not the site where we see a lot of roamer potential. However, immediately, Virtue's on the downstairs angle, trying to see if he can find something. Gluttony as well, also coming in to back up his teammate downstairs. So we got a few roamers in their positions, as it looks like Curse. They're just clearing out bar for now.
Yeah, slow start to the round. Get the map control where you need to get to it. It's not really anything too exciting, nor is it really anything too out of the ordinary here. A good, just decent default, I suppose, take here for Curse. They're making a sweep through the map, taking out the utility with them, but as and when they can. Of course, there will come a time where push needs to come to shove, but we're not there just yet. We're only a minute into this round. They can take it nice and slow, make sure they've got control of the map, as Overtime, as you say, they're not really too fussed about the roam here. They do have players below that are going to definitely look to retake the ground. You know, you can see their Birch already in the basement, looking to sort of go on the backstab and support Gluttony up here in Diden. Here comes Virch up the main stairs. Do they have any idea? Do they have a flank watch at all? Or is Virch going to be able to get some free picks? Not going to be able to see anyone just yet. But Blind is caught looking the wrong way. Caught completely blind, is going to fall. Overtime with the first pick of the game.
An interesting setup that's currently coming in from Cursed. We're seeing a consistent play with this Roteo drones from a lot of teams. They love to use these Roteo drones to just find those early angles. A bit of a wide peek coming in there from Tinsel, who got caught straight off guard. I wouldn't say off guard. I think he wide swing that, actually, as it looks like KYN maybe looking to jump out. Looks like he's not going to be choosing to as such. And the wall, it's still electrified. They've been trying their best to get this wall completely opened up, but they haven't been able to spot exactly where this Kaid has been placed. And I think it's actually placed downstairs. Doesn't look like it is from the side of Gluttony, but in this position, it's hard to tell. And the back and forth upstairs with Arcanum begins to go through.
Yeah, there you go. Fine, going for a bit of a swing out, but gets punished in doing so. Now, Snake in towards the objective, gets punished by Arcanum. 3 versus 3 here, as the attack really looking to push one. Of course, you've got to look towards that clock, and it's just an explosion of blue in the kill feed, a C4 to close it out, and just like that, Overtime. It was looking quite a close round, but then suddenly, they explode in kills, they bring it all the way back, and they get themselves the close out there. 1-0 lead, a good start for them up there on the Chalet top floor. Going to be heading down to the kitchen.
Quick pause coming in there.
Pause, yeah.
And it looks like we're going to have to wait just a minute, so
yeah. Gonna sit here
quick restart.
Yeah. Quick little tech pause, as is the way. Yeah. Go
Yeah, a
for
little
it.
bit of a tech pause, but the first round getting set off there, overtime immediately capitalizing. I mean, we saw a few quick peaks, and that's just to show, hey, look, we're not scared of taking the angles that you guys obviously want to play. But on the opposite end as well, we had perfect placement from two of their members, Verch, and I think it was KYN. I don't want to try and say his name just in case I get it wrong. But then again, both of them were in the perfect positions to kind of do a crossfire as they tried to enter, and leaving Gluttony all the way down the stairs. He is a threat no matter how long the round continues to go through. So far, many positions, many play styles coming into contact, and straight off the bat, it just looks like overtime were better prepared for this potential push.
Yeah, they were definitely prepared for it, and I mean, I sort of highlighted it a little bit at the start there. I was worried that possibly overtime, not having played a previous game, may perhaps not be warmed into this one as much, may perhaps, you know, be a bit sleepy for the first couple of rounds, but it really wasn't the case there in round number one. Really holding the right angles, swinging the right moments, and most importantly, you know, you had your players like Birch on the backstab where they're in the right positions at the right time, and as a whole, felt very cohesive from overtime, and it was a 3 versus 3. But then they had the cards, they had all the chess pieces there in the right position, which is what ended up getting them that round. They had the right players in the right place at the right time. Bang, 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 3 kills in quick succession, and the round is over. The round goes towards overtime. Of course, first game in, well, that's just round number one. At the end of the day, we can't really put everything on. Of course, one round of siege, there's not much to say about it, really. Of course, it's not ideal. You lose your first round, but it's one round. You know, there's maximum of 15 to be played for here. It's not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Of course, if you do, you're going to want, you're going to want to be going further on in this tournament. And just to update you all on the bracket of things, side of things, folks, the winner of this game will be going up against the Stack Smashers, which is a roster that, well, they had a fairly good strong showing in their first game, 7-1 against the Burger Boys. They will be going up to the winner of this one. So that will be your quarterfinal. That will be played later on today. As soon as this one is over line, of course, it's the best one.
What a name. What a name, the Burger Boys.
Burger Boys. I love the names. Some of the names. Like...
Well, that will be a very, very good match to watch, assuming that overtime, and I'm staying with my prediction here, assuming that overtime win this match out, they will go up against Stack Smashers, which I think have a few teammates that they used to play with from Arcanum's side. I may be wrong with that, but it will be quite an interesting match. And on the opposite side of the bracket as well, Team Picnic still going up against CC. We playing ranked managed to beat out Paradox, and LFO that we covered in the first game are still going up against Fruit Stacks. But it looks like Down Under were able to absolutely smack their way straight into match 26. So they will be going through into the quarterfinals, and a lot of teams trying to make their way through. Remember, it is the top 3 teams that will make it in. So as long as they manage to get all the way through the quarters today, they will be fine for tomorrow, where they will play off for a chance to go into the bracket side. But Chalet. Let's talk about Chalet for a second. We know the basic sort of setup, right? We have upstairs moving to bar and games, moving to kitchen. It's the basic sort of play. Some teams, they like to use the basement as well. Do we expect to see overtime continuously using the same sort of steps, going upstairs to kitchen, upstairs to bar, or bar to kitchen, so on, so on, so on? Do you think that they will pull out that 4th site?
Oh, I'd like to see it. I mean, that's obviously coming from a caster and a viewer perspective. The more objectives we see, the more exciting these games kind of are. Whereas, obviously, I think, you look at Chalet as a map. All of these objectives are strong. I think it's fair to say every single site on Chalet has its merits, has its strengths. Sure, some are probably better than others. I suppose it depends really on, I think, for me, when I'm looking at this sort of as a player, I'm looking at this going, right, how are the other team adapting? Are they getting stronger to always try the same things over and over? If they're getting a read into it, bringing out an entirely great way to shake that. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why switch off something if it's been working?
That's exactly it, right? If something works, there's no point in changing it because it's just going to work again and again and again. And that's what you want it to do. You want to be able to make rounds out of things that normally shouldn't work, but some people find the way. Now, interesting pick of operators here. We've got Tubarao for upstairs to slow down the potential push. The Kaid to electrocute both sides of the wall, whether or not he chooses to put one Kaid upstairs, one downstairs. We've got the Warden to stop any sort of plays. We saw a huge influx of Sen's plants coming in the last few seasons, and as a result, that Warden's just there to kind of cut that off. And of course, Arcanum playing on his Wamai, he'll just look to see if he can try and find a few angles, find a few players as they try to make their way in.
Yeah. Ryan hunting down. Ryan finds a little bit of an open. Of course, when you're playing this site the vertical, it's so pivotal. Getting the control of it, making sure you've got those lines of sight from above locked down. Which is probably where operator like Bliss here, over here on the gridlock, going to come into play here. Because, you know, if you're practicing behind a staircase, slow things down for any retake attempts being made by the defense. Good stuff. But this site, I think time always comes into effect here on Kitchen. Of course, I feel like it's one of these where you've got to attack not only the top floor as well, but also you get all your way down to the first floor. So you sort of got this two-layered defense to kind of penetrate your way through. And in 3 minutes, that's quite a tough one to be able to conquer. But over time, they're holding on to the top floor decently for the start here. First, they've got control through library, and they're now looking at piano and off. It's going to be the next step to their attack. Getting KYN and Arcane out of these really tough clear positions.
What I'm loving from Gluttony, and on the opposite side, Rep, is the back and forth that's currently going on. Gluttony's trying to stop any potential pressure being placed onto this wall from the side of Extract by using this Kaid charge, but it looks like it's actually going to be taken off, so that's going to be the wall opened up. Gluttony needs to move away from his position, but he's going to choose to stay and fight, and it looks like the opposition will immediately identify that and potentially... Nope, he falls away. I take it back. Arcanum's able to find the first kill. That's going to open up a little bit of the round for his team as Rep finds the counter. So it's going to be a top floor attempted control. As the push starts to come up, it's a trade back. Tinsel's going to be taken down. But that's nitro cells that go out everywhere. Blinds the last man, and Arcanum says, thank you for today, but we want to move on. I've had enough of this. Send me packing.
Yeah, I mean, looking up at that top piano hold there, it was really, really difficult for Curse to try and get their way into that. They were really struggling to clear that position, and as a whole, over time, yet again, they've just got the right players in the right places, and it's all just kind of falling into place for them. I don't really think they're having to try too hard. This round, especially the round that we've just seen, they're not trying overly hard for it. They've just got the right idea. They've got a good comprehension of what's going on. And it's working out so far. 2-0 lead. Great start to this map. Great start to this game. Then, well, operator line up. Let's see how this Scopos plays into things a little bit here.
Now, Scopos has been one of those operators that I haven't really seen a lot of play with. It can be definitely a big problem for a lot of teams if they can identify exactly where the drones are located. But if these drones are just left one on site, maybe one on roam, then it's just so problematic to try and identify which one of these drones are currently being controlled. So Scopos coming in, I mean, I'm not sure if it was the idea from Ubisoft for its intended use, but it looks like such a good operator to be able to just go out and roam on, and the backup seems to have arrived as well, as Warden almost gets taken down as a result.
Yeah, Birch looking for a really aggressive angle here out of Master bedroom. Over gets a better idea. It doesn't want to throw their life away so early. On says they're going to fall back downstairs, leaving Arcane on their lonesome on towards the top floor, thrown away in the bathtub, waiting for the players of Curse Gaming to make their entry. If they miss-drone this, if they don't realise that there's a Scopos lurking, it could be disastrous for their attack and really put the nail in the coffin before it's really even got started. You can see the drone of blind going around. Are they going to check the bathtub? Yes, they will. They're going to spot the player out. But it matters not. Birch finds one out towards Bliss and Curse. They've made their entry and they know about the player, but Birch is good for a second. Not quite the third, though. Blind does find it back, but it's still a 4 versus 3 here. And you can see Arcanum knows a losing battle when they see it. Swaps out the camera, goes down towards the robot in the basement, and Cursed Gaming, not a great start for the attack. Overtime, they've done their job on the roam, they've got the man advantage. All they now need to do is hide, wait out, play the remainder of this round, trade out the numbers.
That's an extremely interesting play from Arcane. I'm trying to identify where this potential push is going to be coming from early, so his team can identify where they need to set up their positions. And I mean, by using the Scopos, you can immediately tell, hey, look, they're coming from Solarium. They're coming from that side of the map. So let's set up for that potential side. But it looks like Cursed, they're going to actually change it around. I think this might be potentially a blue take, but Tinsel, he's in such a good position to cut this off. I don't think he's noticed that a player's right there, nor has Rep. He's just given away his position, and as a result, he's gotten caught.
Yeah, he's
Now
got
Tinsel.
as well.
Oh, just misses the kill, but Extract's going to get found nice and easy. Once again, the C4's coming into play, and so far, Overtime have been answering every single play in perfect unison.
Yeah, I think it's a bit reminiscent of what we saw sort of in the last match coming out from Met LFO, where Overtime, they just have the right idea. They know what they're doing. They're going into these rounds with a game plan. Cursed aren't really throwing a curveball or sort of throwing a spanner in the work for that plan, rather. And as I say, Overtime, they're just more than happy to let things fall into the right places for where they want them to, and they get the round over the line. It's simple as that. And now, Cursed, here comes the real challenge. Of course, you now have this position where you're now going back towards the top floor bomb site, which so far has been really, really strong. Of course, the previous time it was played for Overtime, it was quite a comfortable area for them. The attack, well, if you're attacking something second time around, you have an idea of what they're going to do. Of course, this will change up from Overtime in terms of lineup. But for the most part, things are likely to be the same. How to apply the failures of that previous round and try and convert it into a win this time? That's the question going to be asked. I suppose we'll have to see whether Curse have the answer or not.
Well, 3 rounds are down. That means we get a reset. We're going back upstairs to the top floor to try and see if the players can figure out exactly what went wrong and how they can change it. But for now, I'm liking the setup that I'm starting to see from the side of Overtime. They've got their basic sort of setup. Normally you'd have a player sitting inside a mezzanine, but it looks like that's not going to be the choice this time round. So they're going for a bit less of a flashy play and potentially holding on to a strategy that we haven't seen just yet. Arcanum, look at that. That is a pixel and a half if you've ever seen one, but it looks like most of the members from the side of Cursed have decided to go on one side of the map, and Rep, well, he was having issues before, but the round's already started, so there's not much that we can do. And there'll be 1 member down. Overtime will be happy with that.
Yep, Overtime getting what's essentially a free pick going in their way as well. And I can't remember which operator, I believe it was Flores that they lost as well. And we were early in the round, so a lot of that utility will probably be going into the grave with that player. Of course, he's going to be doing a lot of damage, of course, towards the person. Overtime, they've still got plenty of players down below that haven't really been invested yet, really. Both KYA and Birch happy to hang around this dining area, not really having too much pressure applied to them. Whereas above, Arcanum looking to get aggressive on towards the piano angle. Wanting to go for an extension, Birch though, here comes the pressure down towards below, but I've got a feeling Curse is going to be looking for their opening for this one here. They need to try and find something that's going to equalise that man count and get them back into this round.
Well, it's a slow play, looking to try and see if they can pop potentially Tinsel, but he's just going to be taking his time. Gluttony from all the way out back is able to find a kill. That's Extract being taken down, and Diffuser dropped outside of Dog Kennels. They've got the wall opened up, so it's going to be a little bit hard to make the rotation, and they need to get 1 player over there to pick it up. Blind is looking to blind the enemy, but he blinds himself as he's made the push in. Another flashbang going out. It blinds him again, and he's just going to get caught. Gluttony is there to cover his teammate. TY Snake is going to be in a little bit of trouble here as he doesn't expect the player sitting close. Bliss, the last man remaining, a 1v5. Look at the convergence that's currently going on. Overtime just says, we've got the 4 rounds. We can be as aggressive as we want to be, and they will be able to secure the 4th round. They will be very happy with that.
Yeah, overtime, very, very happy with that one. I mean, the curse, I think, for overtime, I think I said, I was worried they might not be awake going into this one. It feels like they are waking up almost. It's been getting better and better each round, if you ask me, from overtime. So, I do worry for Curse quite a little bit here. You know, 4-0 is not the scoreline, obviously, on Chalet. You do want to be getting on the board on your attackers. Well, you want to be getting rounds on the board anyway. You want to be getting those rounds over the line. And really, for overtime, I mean, they've looked so good so far. Like, as I say, they're playing with confidence. They're playing with the right idea. There's not really a lot that can stop that on the right day. And you know, even for Cursed Gaming, look at all of the players we've got in the lobby. None of them are sitting positive. And that is not where you want to be. You need to at least have 1 or 2 players that can start to fire up as we go further into this game. They need to start shooting back, because at the end of the day, overtime, they're playing the gun game and they're winning the gun game. And that's where we find ourselves now at 4-0 up. And Cursed Gaming, what can they do to bring this one back?
So what happens if we go to overtime and we have to cast overtime while it's overtime?
That's going to be really confusing.
That's already confusing. That sentence struggled to come out of my head, if I'm honest with you.
Overtime,
but then again, we may not see it today. We may end up seeing it in the next game that they end up playing. But for now, overtime, well in control. They know this map like the back of their hand, and a lot of the teams in OS are expected to know this map, as it's quite a consistent map pick for a lot of teams. But for this, 4-0 so far, overtime. Looking a little bit scary. Everything that they're doing is calculated. Every kill that you get is not provided, because the second that you try and get that kill, it's an immediate backlash, which causes multiple members of your team to die. And I mean, the unspoken hero in this game as well that you've got to give a little bit of credit to is Gluttony. Holding on the site round by round by round is he's just able to find these amazing C4 plays.
Oh, yeah.
And predicting exactly where the enemy's going to be standing. So huge ups to him, but on the opposite side for overtime, it is just a well-oiled machine, and I am terrified to see what happens or what will happen in these next few rounds.
Yeah, overtime definitely looking so good right now. I mean, as you say, even the backline players, you know, Gluttony, they're all playing their part. That's the main thing for overtime. Not one of them, I can say, is not doing their job. Regardless of whether it's the flashy fun stuff or not, they are doing their part. And at the end of the day, that's where we find ourselves at a 4-0. I believe there's a call for a rehost.
I believe there is a call for a rehost.
So we'll let that see. What we're going to do is we're going to throw it to a quick break, and we will sort it out. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be back with the remainder of the game in just a few.
I got lost at night, under the stars up in the sky. Directions hard to find, under the stars up in the sky. I got lost at night, under the stars up in the sky. Directions hard to find, under the stars up in the sky. I don't know where to take this, I don't wanna break this. We're living in the moment, living in the moment. Your head is on my shoulder, but we're getting older. Baby, it's you and I. You and I. know you'll follow me. I don't know how to take this. I don't wanna break this. We're living in the moment. We're living in the moment. Your head is on my shoulder. We're never getting older. Baby, it's you and I. Yeah, we're stars in the sky. Oh, you and I. Yeah, we're stars in the sky. I am wasting all my time. I'm messing up my mind. I only need someone that I'd be waiting for a sign. I'm ready for your touch. I'll never be that guy. I think there's something in my eyes. I cannot see your light.
There we are, folks. Welcome back on in Overtime versus Cursed Gaming. Thank you very much for bearing with us during a little bit of a tech pause. Just had to go into a quick rehost there, but things are back where they stood. And where they stood was a 4-0 lead for Overtime R6, doing a great job in the first couple rounds of the game. If you weren't here before, quick summary of how it worked is Overtime, well, there were questions raised, and Overtime always seemed to have the answers to them. Cursed Gaming really struggling in the first couple of rounds. But of course, it's only the first 4 rounds of the first half. There's plenty of siege still left to be played here, or there could be plenty of siege left to be played. 3 rounds to be done. Of course, Cursed Gaming, they're not going to want that to be the case. They're going to want to run to go to mile. They're going to want to try and get themselves a win here. And of course, well, we've got a couple rounds left of their attacking half here, and Calais does not look better than the last 4. Joined, of course, back here by the wonderful Kiaki.
Yeah, let's take it into consideration. This is the the third qualifier. We have 4 in total. The first 3 teams for the first 3 weeks are the ones that make it through. Next week, only 1 team makes it through. At this stage, it is incredibly difficult to see which one of these teams may end up making it all the way in. As Arcadum, hello, good night, 2 people taken down, and there's 3. That's the confidence that we're looking for from Overtime. I said this game was not a match for either of these 2 teams, and it's looking like that immediately.
Oh, Bliss goes down, and it's TY Snake left in what's effectively 1 vs 5. They can try and go for the revive here, but they're going to have to make sure they don't get caught out by the 2 Baral, because KYN goes for the jump out, may be able to catch both of them, sees the players, does the spray, not able to confirm any more damage onto either of them. It's 2 vs 5, never mind! Oh, that round is a statement and a half. Overtime, not even letting them get in the building. That is brutal.
Boys, you can't be playing ranked. This is a tournament. Come on. Let them get to the building at least.
Yeah.
Let them get inside at least 1 window. But that's the power. That's the power, if I'm honest with you. OT, Overtime, they have been an absolutely monumental set of players, and we've seen them time and time again absolutely pop off when needed. And to have these players acting like that, and to have these teams acting like that, it just shows how incredibly good some of the players in the scene really are. And unfortunately for Cursed Gaming, they're at kind of a stuck point now. To get that destroys the mental entirely. And once again, we'll see the Scopos positioned upstairs to provide that information that they were looking for, and will trade it off as soon as they know where this push is going to come from. So I'm just concerned. We got another spawn peak. Tinsel's spawn peeking.
Yeah, I see him. I don't think anyone's spawned out. Oh, there's one by campfire, but not going to find it. I don't think so. Though you can see here through the outlines, Kirst being a lot more cautious this time around to not fall too early on the wayside.
No.
It's not going to stop Extract from taking a hell of a lot of damage. You've got to keep that player alive. Extract, especially, they're the hard breed. They're key to getting this site done and dusted. You key part of your attack. You need to keep these operators alive. I mean, losing any going into the building is not a good start, but over time, it's a show of confidence so far, and that sort of extra oomph they're playing with it, it's really paid off for them. If you look at the previous round, first thing
I am very concerned right now with how these guys are playing, and there's Extract. Goodbye, Hard Breach. No more available. As most teams normally do, they like to bring 2 sets of Hard Breach just in case one does make a mistake. But unfortunately for Kirst, it's just not going to happen. That's a kill on the outside. TY Snake getting absolutely clipped up. And overtime at this stage doesn't want to take it to overtime. They just want to end the game right here. It's a back and forth. Rep finds one. Surprising that a semi-auto is able to find that easy headshot, but for now, there's so many angles to watch for. There's no areas to get in, and the only member in the building for Kirst at the moment is Bliss, and he's concerned about his position.
Yeah, there you go, Bliss. They're trying to hop in, but it said the angles from above. Arcanum finds one on towards Rep. It's a 3 versus 2 now. Forced to push up Solari and the stairs. A bit of a blind one from both sides there. Blind on low HP. Knows that's 1 bullet's all it's going to take, and Bliss now reduced to low as well. Difficult one. You've got to go and recover the kit as well. You've got 55 seconds. This is not looking likely here for Kirst game in overtime. They've lost a couple, but they're just going to be happy to wait this one out the remainder of this round. 50 seconds left to go. Get the kit back in hands, but now you've got to look towards the objective. How are you going to take it? You've not really been able to get anything open that you would have wanted to. Blind has no choice but to just send it straight in towards the objective here. Hops in off the back of the Kawan hive. Now has to try and find some pick. Has the ping, but not the kill. KYN on a double for the round, and now it's all down to Bliss. 30 seconds left on the dining room hatch. No choice here, really, but to hop in what is certainly going to be their inevitable demise.
Overtime, you cannot get away with this. You've got players situated everywhere, and the angles, they're just not being cleared. You've got so many vertical angles to watch. You've got so many angles downstairs that are peeking up at you. There's just too much to watch. And I think Kirst are getting absolutely terrified with the way that this opposition team has just been playing. There is no release. There is no relief. The second that you think you're gaining control, you got to watch out. There's a flank suddenly there, or there's a position that you haven't droned correctly, or, and in this case, the worst case of it, you've lost your hard breach. And it just causes too many issues for them to handle. And I think the end result has been that over time, as much as we would like to say that we've seen a pretty good fight come from Curse Gaming, it's just not their map to win.
No, it really doesn't feel like it so far. Overtime, just having their number at seemingly every possible moment, steaming us through the last couple of rounds. I mean, they've come back from the still rehost. It's like watching a new. It's not even. Well, it's like watching a new team. They're playing so much better after this rehost. They were playing good before, but they've just gone from good to great. It's really good to see from overtime, and I've got a feeling they're just going to continue the aggression in this round because they know they don't have to beat personal strategy. They can just go fast, swing for the kills, and very likely they will get things over the line. Of course, it's all down to see what happens in the next couple of minutes or so, but you can see it. Contrary to what we saw from overtime, personally, not really opting to go for any spawn peaks. They're all still hiding inside the building. And if Kirst are to bring us back, they need to start showing some confidence.
Well, surprisingly, already, Arcanum, he's got all 5 of them. found by Deimos. He can track any of them, and he's even been able to identify exactly where this Legion is playing, and that's going to stop the actual sequence there by running, I believe, was that towards the mute charge?
Yeah.
Was there a mute charge on their team? No. So I don't know what actually broke that. I think maybe Arcanum decided he wasn't gonna risk it, but immediately TY Snake's gonna take a little bit of damage as well. Tinzel, he's looking to get in the map as well. He's spotted one, misses the shot, and that's a big kill coming back from Curse Gaming.
That's it. I like the take here from Overtime. They've kind of got the players that are upstairs in Library and Bar. They've kind of boxed them in a little bit from Overtime. I like the attempt, but Curse been able to find one back, as you say. Tinzel going to be going down. That's the hard breach as well. Gone, done, dusted. Castle, TY Snake in towards Kitchen. Now going to be the one on the receiving end of that death mark tracker. Arcanum from above, looking to play the vertical angle to try and find the pit. Has the ping, but it's likely going to be Gluttony from outside the window, going to be supporting. But there you have it. TY Snake going to be falling down. Frag grenade going to be sent down. Very likely to confirm this kill. Never mind, it's going to be Gluttony hopping in. 4 versus 3 now. 3 remaining standing for Cursed Gaming. You do have Bliss up above, though, all the way on the top floor, and Rep as well, but they are all that is going to be remaining. 4 versus 2. Overtime just storming through Chalet. Not really giving any respect to these roamers up on the top floor, and that has been so problematic for them. But they do find one back the other way, though, and to make it a second as well. It's 2 versus 2 now. Gluttony and Arcanum, Rep and Bliss, all that are on the line between this game and possibly another round. Kit is cold. They're going to have to hop onto the balcony, go and pick it up. As the defenders, they work their way back down towards the objective, eyeing up the final 40 seconds for a bit of an execute here. How does this round end?
I was going to say, keep an eye on Verch. He was able to get entirely into sight and control it from where he was positioned. At this stage, though, both players are going to be back onto the site, and Arcanum looking to try and see if he can find potentially just one kill of one player. Does it? It's all down to Bliss, who needs to clean it up. He's got 2 drones, but it doesn't matter when your head has been removed. Gluttony covering his teammate. It's double cleared and double checked. The pings are going to come out. He finds one, tries to clear it, but that's not going to be it. The game is done. Overtime says thank you for the game, but it's time to continue our plays as they move through to the quarterfinals.
What a showing from Overtime R6 there. I've got a feeling the Stack Smashers, they're probably watching this game worrying a little bit. If Overtime show up like that in the next game, well, it could be just as quick. A 7-0 victory, a statement made by the side of Overtime. And what a great game that was for Overtime. Unfortunately, the first game, not the one this week. Of course, they get to come back next week, possibly stronger. But, as you said, Tiaki, there's only one slot to be handed out next week. It's going to be a lot tighter for that competition. And, of course, you know, that's all to be said and done. But for now, Tiaki, I believe that's going to be your last game here on joining me. So I'd like to thank you very much for joining me. First of all, it's been an absolute pleasure to cast with you. And hopefully, we'll do it again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a pleasure casting tonight, those 2 games, but unfortunately, I do have to get going. I may be back tomorrow casting. We'll see how everything goes. But next week, we've still got another set of casts. It will be an absolutely amazing and fun time, and we hope to see all of you guys there. Stay tuned and make sure that you continue watching as Trav has another, my guess, you're going to continue on the cast.
Well, I'm going to continue on the cast. We're here all day, baby. We've got one more cast nice, then we're up to EML. We're back with the next game in just a few.
Fall back into your trap. Send me your eyes. Don't you think it's time for something else? I asked for something more. You gave me so much less. I wonder why I stayed. I am wasting all my time. I'm messing up my mind. I only need someone, and I've been waiting for a sign. I'm ready for your touch. I'll never be that guy.
Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. It's karma. It's okay to hurt your voice screaming in my face. I know you gotta bark when you don't got bite. Tell me, what's that like? What's that like? Being that insecure, acting up, immature. Had enough, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. You know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. Now you got hurt 'cause you made me. Yeah, you know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You only got hurt 'cause you made me bored. It's karma. It's karma. Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You'll see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. Snip, snip, got in your bullshit with a plot twist. Don't waste my time, I don't do toxic. I see you looking at me like she's so sweet. She's so nice, I can do what I like, right? Did I make you cry? I forgot that you're a you know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You now you got hurt 'cause you made me. Yeah, you know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You only got hurt 'cause you made me bored. It's karma. It's karma. It's karma. Snip, 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 snip. I'm so bored.
The night is young, we go, it's strong till dawn. Up all night till the morning comes. We love it so we go, it's strong for more. Let's get it on and rave all night long. We're the party pioneers. We won't bring the fire when we go for a ride. Party pioneers. Things are going well 'cause we are the party pioneers. Party pioneers. Party
Listen up, says my teacher. In front of the class, he says if you're not a believer, views, that's on you. Better shape up and pay your dues. Of my views, that's on you. I'll be on a flight soon to Vienna singing. Ooh, gotta know all this propaganda. How do you do? Better get it in my own medicine for you. Never gonna make them think I'll stand there. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know I lose. Don't mind if I do. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know I lose. Don't mind if I do. Free as the wind and as strong as a piece of amber. Give me a breath like the fire you'll soon remember. Ooh. I'll be on a flight soon to the end. I'm singing. Ooh. Gotta know all this propaganda. How do you do? For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know I lose. Don't mind if I do. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know I lose. Don't mind if I do. Oh, so suddenly you poison the air I breathe. But if you don't hate me, then why would you break me? Feel it in my bones, I'm about to lose control. Only so much I'm taking, so get yourself to safety. Cause baby, a storm is coming. You better heed the warning, pray. Don't stay, run away, 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 away. Feel how the rain is pouring. I'm a jet like a hurricane. Don't stay, run away, 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 away.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for bearing with us during that little break. Of course, we are here back with our third and final game down here in OS today. Of course, it is going to be the wonderful Overtime R6 versus the Stack Smashers themselves. Of course, curious to see how this one's going to be planned out. Of course, last one, if you were here for the previous game, as you saw, it was a 7-0. It was a total smashing by the side of Overtime R6. Flawless rounds, but they didn't even let the attackers get inside of the building. It was dominant from Overtime and nothing of the sort. So, we're going to have to wait and see whether that's going to be the same case here over on game number 3. These are the quarterfinals. Of course, you beat these you go in towards our semis, at which point 3 of the 4 teams in semi-finals will be playing up in Swiss stage in just a couple of weeks' time. So, of course, it's big stakes for these teams here. Of course, if you go to next week's qualifiers, number 4, you will be one of the only teams. There'll only be one team making it out of next week's qualifier. So, really, the pressure is to get it on, done, dusted this week. But, of course, you're going to have to go through some pretty tough opponents to get there. Of course, we've got the other brackets shaking up through. Of course, there's plenty of other really fun games going on elsewhere in the bracket right now, and I believe almost all of them being covered. We have CCESP versus We Are Playing Ranked. I believe that is over. I want to say that one is over on match 25. I believe that is... I'm not sure who's taking that one. Fruit Snacks Down Under, I believe Bionic is on that game. Overtime R6, that is ours. I believe the first game was being taken by Cthulhu, and then the last game, Team Anios versus Frankie Strings Academy. That is going to be over. I'm not sure. Either way, it's going to be some great games. Maybe Puffo Bob. I'm not sure who's serving what, who's streaming what. All I know is there's going to be some banging games, banging Siege on our hands. Of course, for our final rounds of OS before we head over towards the inferior region, which of course that is known as EML, the worst of 2 regions. OS is better. Don't at me, you know it's true. From an entertainment point of view, I'm not talking international results. I'm going to get a flame for this. I tell you already. But regardless, of course, if you are wondering where my wonderful co-caster Tiaki is, he had unfortunately disappeared. So he has disappeared for the final game, but it was a pleasure. Of course, do go give him some love. Of course, twitch.tv/Tiaki casts. He will be streaming tomorrow. Or he possibly will be streaming tomorrow. I won't be. Definitely not. So, want to go and follow the remainder of the games tomorrow, you know where to find them. But that's tomorrow's problem. Today's problem is going to be this matchup between Overtime R6 and Stack Smashers, of course. Nighthaven Labs is going to be our battlefield. One of a very popular maps here over in OS. One of the 3 sort of maps I think a lot of these teams like. Chalet and Clubhouse being the other 2 of them. These teams like this map. One of the regions that's really sort of warmed up to it over the last couple of months. Years or so since it's been introduced into the competitive map pool. It's a great map. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't my favourite in the game at the minute. Reminds me of the old maps, but it's new. So it's a bit more exciting to watch. Overtime already making a start on the breach, but very likely going to be successfully bandit tricked. Yes, it is. However, thermal charge is going to open up the other side of the IT wall, so it's not going to be entirely tricked off. Of course, Age is just to move away and instead place the bandit. Battery is down. Over towards the next wall. We're a minute in. It's slower here from Overtime R6 compared to what we saw from Chalet. Wait to see sort of how they fare things through with this opponent. Of course, different opposition, different games to be played. You never really know how it can fare in these first rounds, open qualifiers. It's sort of a tester field of sorts to see exactly what you're going to be going up against, sort of competition and quality of that you're going to be facing up against. I'm sure a lot of these players have been from OS. They will know each other. Obviously, here's the slowly import from EU temporarily. Not going to know any of them too well. So, of course, you'll have to wait and see, but Birch, continuing what they did during map number 1, takes down Dan's with a beautiful shot on towards the raft. That Zami is unfortunately not going to be playing any more in this round. His agent looking to contest towards IT, having to peek, but has to be cautious of KYN. This player out towards the rafters window here. Ashcharge going to be blocking off the mirror window, so that's not going to be able to be in play anymore, allowing the attack a lot more free control over here of this rafters position. They're going to be looking to make a push closer towards the site, circling into the remaining defenders. They just looking to make an opener for the team here. Is going to be able to find it on towards Gluttony. Finds a second on towards Birch. 4 versus 3 now. Overtime R6 for the first time in a while in a bad position, but KYN changes that immediately. He makes things back in towards a 3 versus 3. A much more playable position here for the attacking side. Stack Smashers. Here comes 7. C4 still in pocket. Final Exothermic is going to be placed. No choice here but for Jumble to get cornered up here in a bit of a difficult position here. Long crossfires being held by the defenders. A couple whiffy shots from 7, not going to make their mark. It's the attack. 30 seconds left on the clock here. I'm looking at Arcanum to make the push in, to try and make the pressure. Do they know about the Fenrir behind the desk? Do they know about Jumble's position? Or are they going to be able to hide and get some free picks? Back that Flashman's going to go through completely blinded out. Caught out by KYN as Overtime. They're storming in towards the objective now. They have the control. C4's going to go. It's not quite going to hit its mark, but the shots from 7 will. And just like that, Stack Smashers, they answer in. The clock really playing against Overtime R6 there. Really sort of the final couple seconds of the round come through, and Overtime, they struggle really to get that last hurdle over the line. They're having to plant in a bit of risky territory, and it's rightfully punished. by the Stack Smashers. Get themselves around back for the first time in. We've seen him play for the first time today. Overtime R6 will bleed around. The question is, can they make the comeback? Head down towards the basement now. Stack Smashers take an early lead on this one.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Of course, early days, round 2. But it's a really great start there from Stack Smashers. Good use of utility. Bandit tricking, working out, taking out one of the exothermic charges, making IP a little bit more troublesome for the attack to work through. Not going to be seeing the same here again on the basement side. But at least for the time being, it's going to be a positive one. It's going to be a good start for Stack Smashers. They'll be comfortable with that one. As I said, a lot of them probably were watching that previous game going, what are we going up against? And probably looked a bit scared. But they come out the gate swinging with a bit of confidence along their side, and it pays off. Round in their books. Good start for them. Round number 2 starts to come through. Let's see how things fare, of course. Overtime. What can they do? Well, you know what they can do. That's plenty, but it's going to have to be plenty more than that. They want to be taking this series and moving on to tomorrow morning. Tomorrow evening, these players. Sorry, yeah, tomorrow evening semi-finals. To be honest, it feels really quiet now. Sitting here all alone. Oh yeah, I've not got someone to talk to anymore. Will be the case for the afternoon as well, as EU will obviously come paid through and so on and so forth. But sit in, come relax. You know, we're going to be here for a long old day. Obviously, EU will probably be 4 or 5 best of ones as well. And this is obviously our 3rd of the day. So it's going to be a nice long day. We're approaching halfway point, but nonetheless, it's been a good day of Siege so far. Not been close games, but the teams that have been winning have been putting on a really good show for us. And I've got a feeling this one may be spicing up a little bit, maybe quite close. At least if the first round is anything to go off of. Good start to the attack here from overtime. Good amount of map, but they need to clear out these players. 7 below. That's C4. Slightly pre-placed somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. No, it's actually not been used at some point. But still, play below with a shotgun. Jumble as well with that C4, with their own C4. Rather, it'd be a difficult one. Clear out here. The attack have to be cautious of where they step. Otherwise, they be finding an explosive demise here. And upstairs on this first floor, do they know? They know about Arcanum, but does Arcanum know about them? Yes, they do. Arcanum finds a big backwards 5 versus 4. Start overtime R6. When they need leash, really going down in towards the grave. But it was time that played against them. That 6th defender. Time that cost them overtime 4. Will it be the case again in round number 2? Gonna have to wait and see. But they're making decent progress down. Now heading towards the basement. Back down. Where the objective is finding the location. 55 seconds still to do so. So plenty of time to work things out here. Moving on in towards Exo. Trying to swing through. Getting the control, getting the players. But of course these mirror windows are going to be the next difficulty to clear. But it's going to be the vertical. That makes it even harder to hold on to them. KYN, as the kit's going down, it might be a bit of a bait. More vertical, gonna deny the rotations through. Jumble peeks right into the vertical. Moiser trying to get the retake, but it's just not gonna happen through. Kit is gonna be going down, and with all 5 people left alive, all overtime needs to do is wait it out. Arcanum finds 2nd in the round, and now it's all down to the smoke. Does find one back. But surely that is all they get. Nope, make it a 2nd one onto Birch as well. Under the rain and hellfire of overtime. It's a 1 versus 3. But surely this one doesn't slip away from them. 20 seconds now. Left to hold on to. You got one either side of them horizontally, one on the verticals. Good post-plant positions here from overtime. They should have this one over the line without a shadow of a doubt. Toxic Babe's going to go out, try and get what little you can, but they don't know about the player there. That's Tinzel. Finds the pick. Finds the round, and overtime they answer back with one of their own, and we're leveled out 1 apiece. And that looks much more like it from overtime. Stack Smashers not looking at quite as good in that round, but of course, yet again, they're going to be heading back down towards the base. They've obviously seen something down there. They believe they can do it, so they're going to be giving it a 2nd go. Of course, tertiary bomb sites on Night Haven Labs aren't quite the strongest. You've got the option between cafeteria or stock room, and well, kitchen cafeteria. No one really plays that site ever. I can't remember. I don't actually know if I've had the cast in that one myself. Thought something doing this, and of course, Stack Smash as well. Good start. How can they continue on? That's going to be what we're going to want to be seeing here. Of course, still early days. Similar lineup. What we've seen before from Stack Smash is almost identical, if I believe. Nice, correct. very early lineup. Good lineup from them. It worked out quite well. But, of course, they're going to need to work in a little bit better if they want to get this round over the line.
10 seconds to go.
That's an RV skip. Not seen that one in a while.
5 seconds left.
Take it in, folks. RV skip. Let's see it.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Oh. Round number 3. How do we head? How do we go? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. Of course, overtime, fairly standard mistake as the attackers sprinting on around the building here. Going to be trying to get control of this first floor, get control of the cafeteria, but they need to get top floor. That's going to be priority number 1. That's going to be banned all the way on the forefront of the roam. Now, not been too successful so far. 0 and 2 entry deaths both rounds. Not the greatest starts for someone that you're going to want on your front line the entirety of the time. But, again, it's early days. It's just the start of the game. Once this round's said and done, we can start to have a feel for how things are going to go here. And this one, of course, will be really indicative. You're going off that, coming out of that first quarter, you're either going to be coming out with a round lead or a round behind. It's going to be the question of how that one goes for either of these teams. This round will be indicative, very likely, of what's going to be coming in the remainder of the round. But drones of Tinzel going to be spotting out this player playing on top of blue. His lesion needs to be cleared, but just by being alive, look at the time being burnt here. A minute in and not even seen a single bullet fly in their direction yet. Dan's more than happy to chill, hide about it. Arcanum does know. Does have the ability. No, they don't know. They have no clue, the players up there. Aegis finds one with a C4, and I think Panic Station's going to be hit here for overtime. Jumble is found. Mirror goes down, but Dan's has done their job masterfully. Not properly droned out, it seems. And going to be a big question mark in overtime with the clock against them now. Breach should likely be able to stick through, get open. Yes, it will. Breach is going to be fully opened up, but of course, yeah, again, it's that clock for overtime. You still got that massive question mark of Dan's upstairs. It's going to be a scrappy one here from overtime if they want to pull this one out. Look at this, Dan's upstairs on rafters, not being contested, not being fought at all. 7 on first floor in storage, hiding away. It's a good position to be in here. Really good one for Sack Smashers. They just can't let these Roman players go without getting anything down with them. They can take 1 or 2 of them down each. They're going to get the 3v7. Wanted to make the rotate back down, but Tinzel in through the garage. Breach finds it back. Dan's unable to formulate a response, really. Left upstairs. Try and recover man count. They'll be able to do so later in this round. Cthulhu, thank you very, very much for the raid. I know that it will be 4 minutes behind, but thank you for the raid. My man as Dan's. Here's the excitement. Finds it through. Takes down Verge. 3 versus 3 now. Final 30 seconds of the round. Clock's ticking down. Overtime R6. They're in a difficult position. Yet again, Dan's is still upstairs. They haven't cleared him out. It could be. They get a bit sandwiched here, overtime R6. Toxic Babe's being used as well. Gluttony going to be unable to get through the main breach here. Deimos is on a sliver of HP. 15 seconds. The kit is going to be going down, but the question is, will it be stuck? Toxic Babe's going to be thrown. Tinzel going to take a hell of a lot of damage. No, just about dodges it. And there's a player down. This one, overtime R6. They could claw this one back, but it's going to be relying on a masterful retake here from the defensive side. Putting a little bit of a cross here. Dan's going to be difficult, but Aegis finds one. Dan's finds the other. And they've got to help clear this vertical player out. They clear Arcanum, a triple for Dan's in the round, and Sack Smashers are able to do it. Overtime R6 full. And the Sack Smashers get a second round. I'm trying to spell Cthulhu properly. There we go. Please do, folks, go give some love to Cthulhu. I know, be said and done by the time it's done, but Cthulhu is a wonderful caster. Of course, I'm sure many of you people here are OS fans, so there is no doubt in my mind you know Cthulhu. Phenomenal caster, lovely human being. Thank you very much for the raid, good sir. Hope the games on your end of things were good and entertaining. Not sure, I can't remember who you were following, being honest. I hope it was some entertaining games. I hope it was enjoyable, and I assume you'll be here tomorrow. I'm going to assume, I'm going to make a bold assumption here, that you will be casting at semis and finals tomorrow as well. So, folks, obviously, as I've said, I won't be here. Darky will be covering them. Hulu will be covering them. Plenty of amazing talent down here, community casters, willing to bring you through the action. So please do go give them some love.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Go and share the action around this time tomorrow. There will be plenty of Plenty of action, plenty of excitement as we see
Must locate and
3 of the
defuse the
final
bomb.
4 teams make it through to the Swiss stage of the Challenger Series down here in Os. It's going to be exciting. Either way. But that all being said and done, it's now time to get back to the game at hand. Overtime really struggling, I think, in the first couple rounds here. Not really having the best start to their Nighthaven Labs. I mean, it was that roam clear in the previous map that really sort of was a troublesome one for them. Made a bit of an issue there. Dan's above top floor, unchecked. Ended up being a factor, and why they were able to bring that round back towards Factor. Well, going to be seeing, of course, a similar case here, round number 4. A lot of presence over on the top floor for this control site here, coming from control. Control site is control site. Crazy. Too early in the morning still. I can't use that excuse anymore. It's 11 o'clock. Oh. It's almost 11. I can't be using that excuse too early anymore. I'm just not great. Anyway, game at hand, round number 4. For those of you just joining us as well, first of all, welcome on in, of course. And previous game, overtime R6, first game of the day, they won it 7-2-0. It was a very, very good start from them. Breach trick is going to be attempted. It's not going to find its mark. Played floor too slow to really deny that exothermic. So, breach on IT wall is going to be getting opened up. But yet again, time for overtime R6. They're all outside the building. They need to try and find an edge. They need to try and get a pick. Get themselves in towards the round. Get the ball rolling a little bit. AYN made their way in towards connector. But no one playing behind pillar. They don't want to be hopping in towards server here. But it's Arcanum to be the first one to fall. Moisa going to be taking them down. Players down from below. Overtime R6. They've got to find their way back into this one. Stack Smashers, they're quite happy to just chill. They're quite happy to wait this one out. See how this goes. They're just happy to chill. And that's, you know, that's a fair position to be in here. Overtime. In a difficult position. They're going to be the ones that are going to have to take the initiative here. They're going to be the ones that are going to have to get the sort of ball in, take the ball into their hands and recover it. It's a cool order. Birch sprinting Indo. Do they know about the player prone? Well, they do now. They find the pit. And this could be the opener that was needed, but no. Aegis is going to get one back. 7 gets one elsewhere. And now it's just Tinzel and Gluttony. All that are left standing. They see the Azami take him down. But the cross held from Jumble is traded back. But it's a 1 versus 2 now for Tinzel. Bring this one back through. 30 seconds on the clock. Hit is in hand. Position though by the defense. It's going to be no. I will be doing EU as well, Grease. Do not worry. I will not be going anywhere. I will be doing EU. TBC who I'm following. What exactly the plan is. But I will be doing EU.
15 seconds left.
There you go. 15-second call being made. Tinzel going to have to swing into the objective completely in the blind here. Has no clue where these defenders are. Caught in a crossfire there. Beautiful play from Sack Smashers. They close out the round. They get themselves a lead now. And looking convincing so far. And a tactical timeout. And as well, just a quick notice on things while we are here. Of course, I don't want to keep talking about EU, because of course that is what is to come. However, one thing, tactical timeout from the Smashers, an interesting one. Very interesting one. They've got a 2-round lead at the minute, looking really great at things. But of course, looking ahead, just quickly, EU League, a TBC who I'm following. I've not made up my mind yet. I think I'll probably lean towards Nemesis. I followed them a little bit last week. I'll probably follow them again this week. Should be able, if I'm able to do so. If someone else takes them from experience, I'll probably play them. Might even see if there's an observer free or an observer with someone not casting in English, so I can take over. Just have a bit of a chill afternoon. I think hands on the sticks will be tired by tomorrow. Be later. We've already observed a couple of games this morning. Already feeling the tiredness a little bit. Gonna need to go get a coffee after this one. That's for sure. Coffee, bit of lunch. Of course, that is all in the future. Right on our hands, though, is what could be overtime. I mean, I asked the Arky before this one. He reckoned this one would be going to overtime. I had confidence in them. I mean, so did I, if I'm being honest. You know what? Overtime, we had a really good showing back on Chalet. Nighthaven Labs, though, not really looking like their map so far. It's going to be a troublesome one, of course, to come back on. But it is the defensive side. Sack Smashers, this is probably what you argue is a favourable position to be in. So if overtime come out of this half with 1 or 2, with 2 or 3, sorry, could go all the way to overtime, as alluded to. Fast in overtime, make it a little bit confusing. Are we talking about overtime in round count, or are we talking about overtime in the team?
Attackers must
But
locate and
that
defuse
is
the
an if,
bomb.
when, and a maybe. Should we get there? Should we find ourselves at that position right now? Stack Smashers looking mighty good. First few rounds. Looking to sort of close out this half the way they've been carrying it through. Bring this one all the way through. A little bit of early aggression. There's going to be no one to find out there. As always for a Night Haven Labs attack. IT Wall going to be our first point of focus. Bandit charge is going to be successful yet again. That is yet again a disastrous one. C4 is going to be thrown. It's going to be shot out. It's going to miss anyway. Wouldn't have recommended blowing that one up because poor Jumble probably would have been taken down with it. So instead, going to be playing close to the wall though. Thermal charges have been denied, which is a great start for the side of Stack Smashers. A lot of utility thrown at that wall, and now over time, we're going to find themselves playing the remainder of this round with one exothermic, one thermal charge in pocket.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Sorry, folks, decided to choke on thin air a little bit. Anyway, organised community cast, professional quality. Sorry, know where to find it. Force 5 versus 5, halfway through the round now. Overtime, circling around. Final Selma's going to be used to try and get this mirror window open. It's going to be successful. No bandit actually pocket Jumble to try and do. However, it's going to deny the actual entry hole being made. Going to take out the remaining Red Loaf. Denies the full hole being made. Instead, it's just an open mirror window. C4's going to be thrown. It's going to find its mark. KYN in the grave. Good start here for the Stack Smashers. A minute left for the attack to work with here, but it feels like they're fighting almost a bit of a losing battle at this point. Keep a barricade. Going to be going through. Exothermic going to force Jumble out of position, no doubt. However, he's going to go for the swing. He's going to find the thermite and the charge with it. Direct trade, but trades continue, and it's Stack Smashers coming out on top. Overtime now left to rafters with only one entryway in towards the objective here. The hard breach game really not working their factor from their way. Virch, Gluttony, all with it left to do. Virch going to go for a retake, but that leaves them split position here. Do they know about the player playing close? Ages really wants to get this pick, really wants to try get this aggressive angle. Retakes in towards IT, and it's now just down to Gluttony left standing. Do they know about the player close regardless of? 7 with a double for themselves. Absolutely on fire so far this game. 6-2. 4 rounds to 1 for the side of the Stack Smashers, and they are absolutely smashing the stack so far of overtime. Really, really great job here. Overtime, I think, as I say, 4-2 half, it's acceptable for the attack. It's not the end of the world, but it needs to be that 4-2. 5-1, little bit worrisome for overtime R6. Stack Smashers, they're going to be happy with these results. They're going to be happy with this one. I think they're going to be feeling quite confident going towards.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Going through. Of course, wait and see how things go. 5 versus 5 on the clock, on the round count. I mean, we head towards the final round of the half, round number 6. Shields seemingly coming out from overtime R6. They teased us with a little bit in the previous map, but never committed fully all the way through, and seems like a similar story is going to be repeated there. Birch switching over towards Ash Pit. Instead, curious to see how this round plays out here, really. I mean, so far the rounds have been decently close. I mean, there's been a couple rounds where overtime have lost and they've really shut out of them. Stack Smash is really surprised and impressive so far. And, well, of course, it is best of 1 territory here, folks. Would like to remind everyone of that fact. We are best of 1. Therefore, as a result of that, we are, of course, on a situation where you lose the map. That is you done for the tournament. You have to come back next week, but there's only 1 slot to be passed around. So, it's more difficult margins next week to try and get yourself through. It's going to be a very difficult one for whichever team does end up making it through that qualifier. All asked. But, of course, next week, we've got the remainder of this series to play. We've got tomorrow, and of course, we've got EML to be playing through as well, which, as we all know, is the worst region. Well, not the worst, but the worst of these 2 regions. We all know most world, I would accept anything else. An answer. Brazil, who? NA. I don't need to add anything about North America, to be fair. Whatever. Or am I? That is the real question. But regional biases aside, Good entry into command center, and they know about the player top blue this time. They know about Dan. The question is, who is going to be succeeding in this entry engagement here? This one is going to be very, very crucial to see how the round goes. Ryan's going to spot the player, but elsewhere it's Ages to find a pick on towards KYM. Chase over this top floor continues through as Dan's falling back down towards the objective. Scored a bit of fire, but no other through. They're instead going to be heading down. Down towards the basement now. Runner up to X Falcon. We're hearing a lot about no intentions. So we will. Well, we'll probably float around more likely circumstances. We'll do what I like to do. See what's going on. Look at the game, see what takes my interest. Go from there, but no intention. Start off with what people want. 7. Gonna be the start off here for overtime R6. They fall to Inzel. 4 versus 4, 55 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time to work through here. Still be attacking, but they need to get all the way down into the basement. All the players, though, of Slack Smashers have been pulled down there. They're going to be hiding down at this anchor now, and it's all going to be either because X2C4 is going to go. I don't think it's quite going to hit its mark just yet. Of course, you can see there the C4 through the wall, but not going to be fine where it wants to go just yet. Instead, overtime, they're moving their way towards vending. Instead, going for a little bit more of Exo started push for Ages, ready there on the TCSG 12. Here's the players coming through the barbed wire. No C4, going to have to shoot them. Not going to be able to do so. Kindle, beautiful headshot back. Vance does down 1, but it's immediately traded back. But here comes 15-second mark. Here's where the clock sort of playing back here. Jumble. All that's going to be left standing in the 1 versus 3. Hit is going to be going down. They know where it is. They could just play the clock here, but they're going to have to go in towards the objective, and they're not going to be able to do so. Hits down. Cross is being held. Do have a mirror window to play off here, but we've got the vertical to worry about as well. The player above is, of course, going to be Arcanum. Do not have the ID on the mirror. Not going to be able to use the death mark tracker in this situation just yet. Waiting on through, and there you go. Tinzil tripling the round to close it out, and overtime they answer back. 4-2 half, and now I've got a feeling we've got a match in our hands here, folks. This one is closing on out, getting on nice and close. This one is speeding up. Through round 7, we get into an exciting point now. This is the one I think where really it is crucial to think for either of these teams. The first couple of rounds are really what going to decide the remainder of the game. If Stack Smashers can get 1 or 2 here, they'll look pretty good going into the final few. Of course, primary bomb site for overtime R6 is the one. It's this infamous command server bomb site. It's one you need to get over the line. It's one that's going to be really important, and if you struggle to get it over the line as a defender, there's a little bit of question marks floating in the air. Really, for overtime R6, I need the guns back on. All 5 of them were performing in the previous matchup. That's really not been the same case here on Nighthaven Labs. 3 members currently sitting negative. Gluttony sitting there without a single kill. Don't like to highlight the negatives too often, but unfortunately, same can't be said for the Stack Smashers. Do well as things stand. All bar 1 members on their team are sitting positive and Jumble well. Most playing support anchor roles. Surprise, you sit best KD. So it's a fair showing. But of course, we'll have to wait and see how this half plays out. And this is the reset point. This is the chance for overtime to start to mount their comeback, start to bring things back through. The question is, will they be able to do so? Well, we're going to have to just wait and see, folks. Of course.
How you want.
Mirror window is going to be popped. Everything's going to be coming through. Wait patiently now. The round off here. Wait for the action. I wonder if that mine's one of these defenders utility still being used at half it. Mirror window and bandit batteries being used. Nice main breach here. So you've got an Azami playing it. It's going to be Arcanum. Well, you know how good of a player Arcanum can be. Has been this entire series, or entire day rather, so far. Mirror window's going to be broken. EMP's going to go. There goes the window being opened up. This one, having that mirror window there, I like this adaptation. Makes it very difficult to place the exothermic on the wall. Means you're going to have to use a Selma instead. But, was to do so, it's not got such a large breach to work with. It's got quite a small opening to really be playing through. So, for the attack, yeah, it's a decent start. You have got the wall open at the end of the day. You will be able to use the angles, but it's going to be difficult to do so. Gluttony, on the objective, waiting for the attack to come in. Really, at this point, Stack Smashers circling around, doing their due diligence, finding out things. See, making a decent presence on the map. They got their way into Nectar, but Arcanum going to be finding on a pick towards 7. Was that all the way out from IT? Yes, it was. Beautiful shot from Arcanum. We know he can hit them, proving to do so just there. FNAT mine's going to be activated, going to be shown. Here comes the other breach now, Connector, but the bandit's there, ready for the trick. Going to place it. It's likely, very likely, going to hit its mark. Yes, it is. Exothermic denied. There is one left in pocket, but it is like Noiser having a little bit of a jog on the spot. Not the greatest of times, especially not the greatest of operators. Do be having that moment, of course. Precious time as Aegis is moving closer towards the objective. Wants to be getting in this one. But it's about finding angles here, and Arcanum is not letting them do so. Holding strong here on Rafters with these Kiva barricades out. Cutting off the angles, strafing up the objective, taking a little bit of fire from below. They see the player down, no choice but to retreat, really. But retreat is a good time to do so. Noiser does eventually shut down Arcanum outside from electrical. Fans moving in, trying to hunt down this FNAT mine. But elsewhere on the site, chaos happening. As Aegis takes that, taken down by Kine. 3 versus 1 now, final couple of seconds. Stands with it all to left, locked out of the objective by all these keeping barricades from Rafters. Likely just going to have to go for some exit engagement here. That's the idea, and the player playing close to the mirror window, but going to get taken down by them. That's going to be Verge closing it out. Overtime R6 looking much better here on their defense. Good strong start for them. As the rounds really start to go the way of Overtime R6. Of course, it's just 1, but 2 in a row now. Overtime going to be looking to string their 3rd in a row if they want to level out the scoreboard. 4-4 will be what they needed to equalise things here on the Labs and bring this series much closer. It's been a much more exciting game, honestly, compared to the ones we've had so far. Can't lie, they've been it's been 7-1, 7-0. We've had 2 really sort of one-sided, dominant games this morning. It's nice to have these really competitive showings from these teams. It's nice to have matches that are going back and forth, going all the way. You know, especially in these qualifiers. Yeah, dare I say, it's a rarity, you know, to have these really close back and forth games. It's not often we see them in these qualifiers, especially in these sort of earlier stages here. So it's nice to have this competition between these 2 teams, and for either of them, it'll be a good way to end their day. Of course, it'll be a good one. A lot will be learned regardless of, and obviously one of them will be able to come back stronger tomorrow. One of them will unfortunately have to wait until next Saturday for their final shot at making it through the Challenger Series. Of course, massive prize for the line. You go to Challenger Series, well, you play a Challenger Series, do well enough in Challenger Series long enough, get yourself into APL. You do well enough in APL, you go to Majors. You do well enough in Majors, you go to Invitational. You do well enough in Invitationals, you lift the hammer. It's that simple. Obviously, it's not. It's a very difficult road for these teams to get anywhere near an Invitational or Major or even the APL leagues. So, obviously, very long road ahead for either of these sides. But you know what? It's been good showing for both of them so far. Really confident here. And I've got a feeling whichever one of these does make it through will be very likely to be making it through to that top 3 in towards that Swiss stage. Is my mic dying, is it? Thank you, Mitch. Let's try this again, shall we? Apparently the mic dying. Mic test. Hold on. Apologies, folks. Let's just mic test. Right, 1, 2, 3. I'll do very quickly to keep the game so I can actually hear my mic. Mic test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mic test. Yep. Okay, I think that's better. That's fixed it. Cool. Apologies, folks. We will be back into it. There we are. Apologies, folks. Anyway, back into the game now, of course, on our hands. KYN had a request from Mitch, the admin, the overlord of the OS region. And, well, do what the admin says. But there's not going to be much action to be watched here, really. I mean, since you're trying to solve these little technical issues, Overtime have really exploded back onto things. 4-1 now. 4 versus 1. Looking primed, ready to take this one back up through. Equalise things out. 4-4. That is going to be what they're staring down. It's all now Noiser. Locked outside of the site, outside of the breach, likely going to be going fishing for some early engagement. Of course, tactical timeout has already been used by the side of the Stack Smasher. So won't be able to call it here. Beautiful shot from KYN to close it out. He beats and he claims the head. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Makes it look effortless. Overtime R6. Take that one through. Thank you as well. Technical issues. Apologies, it's about 4 minutes behind. So if there's any technical issues, if any tech issues on my end pop up, I don't get told about them 4 minutes behind, and then of course by the time I've realised there's tech issues, like 4 minutes of tech issue.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
There we
defused by
are.
attackers.
I'll put it in the chat as well. Also very important. It says Mike being funny. No.
Attackers have located a bomb.
But that's not for each. It goes. There we are. Right, anyway, back into the game at hand. Let's focus on back in control. And storage going to be our third and final objective here for this rotation for overtime R6. Ready to take the lead back. They've not had this entire matchup here. Dinzel putting in a really great performance. Arcanum as well.
Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
Well, round number 9. This one I think is going to be very decisive. This one's going to be important for how this game ends. Said it at the start of the half. Now we've equalised back out. Do Stack Smashers have what it takes? Keep in mind, they can get the 2 tertiary bomb site rounds. That brings us to 6-6, which of course then means overtime. So Stack Smashers, this one is really important to prove that they can do it. Otherwise, if overtime get a 5-4 lead, then it's looking a little bit worrisome for them. Have to wait and see how the defense on this objective fares over on the side of overtime. Same tale as always for Nighthaven Labs. Breach going to be the main start here. Gluttony going to be playing the bandit trick. But no utility being committed through just yet. Gluttony going to hide in position. Rona's going to come in to try and confirm that there is someone playing that bandit trick. Yes, there is. They know about the player. Question is there going to be any sort of response? See there, 7 playing outside the control storage window. Is going to be able to take down Gluttony. Gets down but not out. May be able to recover the player. That is the question. Over C4 going to be thrown. Not quite going to make its mark. Now they've got to try and do, but getting aggressive. 7 gets punished. KYN finds the pick back. Out on the wall and out with the gun in hand. SPG-12 tearing through things. And things go from bad to worse for Stack Smashers. Gluttony's been recovered. Gluttony's been revived. KYN to get aggressive. There's not going to be anyone out there to immediately find. But Granite's going to be attempted nonetheless. Of course, it's all about these defenders above. All about watching them top floor. See whether they're able to find anything or not. Jumble taking a little bit of damage from elsewhere. Dinzel brought down low as well. But for the side of overtime, they can just hold. They can just chill for the time being. There's not been too much pressure for them to really make the move here. It's all down to Stack Smashers to try and bring this one back. But Dan's is going to do exactly just that. Takes down Gluttony. And that was on low HP. Finally reduced to 0. Site hold, it remains strong. Top floor is the question mark right now. Need to see some aggression back here if overtime want to keep this one in their pockets. Arcanum in a real difficult spot right now. The player forced to stand still by the E1D, but below it's going to be Kine. Finds one on towards Ages. Arcanum really still in a difficult position right now. Really, really difficult. Going to go for the swing onto Jumble. Does find it. It's supported by Tinzel as well. 4 versus 2 now being held here for the side of Stack Smashers, but Vance does find one back. Down to them and Noiser. Try and get this round over the line. Psych control is being had here. Of course, but the 15-second mark comes through. And look at this. KO in perfect position here to just hide. Has the idea of where the defuse might be going down. However, he's going to be able to hit the shot. Just about finds it. Arcanum from above. And there you have it. Overtime R6. They're well and truly back into this one. Looking almost undefeatable on their defensive here. Really great start for them. Good showing. We now have themselves tech pause. Sorry. There we are. Let's get into a quick little tech pause here as we have a little bit of a sound bug. We're going to be having a little bit of a rehost here. little. Rehos. Just gonna pause, wait to see. 5-4 overtime. I mean, they're definitely back into this one. Certainly, to say the least. 5-4. And considering it was 4-2, not too many rounds to go, it's looking really positive here for overtime. R6 definitely clawed their way back through. It's looking positive through. Well, gotta wait to see how this one fares. If possibly we may need to go into a full rehost or not. We'll have to wait and see. Okie, we'll just wait and see. But what a comeback from overtime. I mean, it was looking a little bit worrisome for them in the first half. But then, of course, since then, it's really been answered back. It's been looking so much better for them. It's been looking a lot better. But, of course, Stack Smashers, they did a mighty good job to get to this point. It was looking close, and I really want to see them get an attacking round over the line. But last few just haven't really looked all that likely, if being honest. Overtime, very similar story to what we saw over on Chalet, where they just put the right players in the right spots, have the answers. So we just wait for the rehost possibly to come through, or we just wait for the players to reconnect towards the lobby. Of course, keep in mind, folks, this is our final game of the day here in about 45 minutes' time, or about an hour's time, probably once the game actually starts. We will be we will be over on EML, where, of course, we will have plenty of action now. I know how much people do love some European Siege to us, but it's entertaining. Europe is fun, and of course there will be some very competitive games. There's some great teams in there as well. Talking personals a bit while we wait for this game to get sorted is, of course, Team Nemesis as well. Recent performance at Malta. Right, okay, rehost. Let's get into a rehost, folks. We will be back in a couple of minutes for you. Don't go anywhere.
So suddenly, you're poison the air I breathe. But if you don't hate me, then why would you break me? Feel it in my bones. I'm about to lose control. Only so much I'm taking. So get you some safety. 'Cause baby, a storm is coming. You better heed the warning. Pray, don't stay. Run away, 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 away. Feel how the rain is pouring. I'll let you like a hurricane. Don't stay. Run away, 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 away. Feel how the rain is pouring. I'll let you like a hurricane. Don't stay. Away, 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 away.
You sure do like to share your opinions, talking big like somebody's listening. Nobody's listening. It's so fun and games until it doesn't. Toss me out, I'll hit the ignition. Now you listen. Hop up in the window. Smaller and smaller you fade out. Hop up in the window. Yeah. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Try to paint me like a no-name, so sorry, but we're not the same. No, we're not the same. Boo-hoo, poor you, please forgive me, 'cause I don't feel any pity. I'm fed up
me levitate, watch me levitate, levitate. Watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate.
Watch me levitate. You kill my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot kill my vibe, no, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Everything you want, but you can't have. Number one regret, no take backs. The hole in your chest, that's payback. Payback, yeah, you better take that. You could call me selfish, you critical, I could take the blame. Just like I could take a match and send it up in flames. Don't say I didn't warn ya. This might hurt, but that's just karma. Better take that. Call it payback. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Stay mad, I know you wanna. This might hurt, but that's just karma. That's just karma. Go and play the part, play the victim. Throw a pity party with your demons. Blaming everybody and you're screaming, screaming. But I'm the one bleeding. You're the one that's selfish and critical, you could take the blame. Just like I could take a match and send it up in flames. Don't say I didn't warn ya. This might hurt, that's just karma. Better take that. Call it payback. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Stay mad, I know you wanna. This might hurt, but that's just karma. That's just karma. That's just karma. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Stay mad, I know you wanna. This might hurt, but that's just karma. You said that you've been lonely, makes you cold as ice. Hard to get to know me, but better than the lies. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. You said there ain't no reason, but I'll sit here every day, waiting for the moment I won't feel like I should stay. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye.
Learn to be patient, we're running out of time. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. You said there ain't no meaning, I just wanna understand everything that led us here, the teardrops when I hold your hand. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. Can we watch it fade, fade away? Can we let it fade, fade away? We'll take it day by day. Can we watch it fade, fade away? Came in and you're looking like a sign of grace. I know, but I can never match your name to face my fault. I didn't notice it was out of place. You painting fairy tales on the wall. Calling to the better of the halves of me. Please show me just a little bit of honesty. I hope I got a heart that I can salvage, but it's getting harder now to recall. I know well what let out both try. You could have anything you wanted it all for your fool's gold. And I know well why deaf and half blind. You could get anything you wanted, yeah, I would have handed it all over, falling for you. Came in and you're looking like a sign of grace. I know, but I can never match your name to face my fault. But when I noticed it was far too late, you left a fingerprint on my soul.
Well, would you look at that? Folks, bang on time, no bans. There you go, bans. Cool. Bans have been said. There we are. Game being weird, but the bans are up. If I see a banned operator, I'll just pause the match up. It's not too big of a deal. We can pause it, of course. Anyway, welcome back in, folks. Thank you very much for bearing with us during that a little bit of an extended tech pause there. I do apologise. It does happen from time to time. If you are just joining us, first of all, welcome on it. Secondly, we have had been treated to, as you can see by the scoreline here, quite a banger game here on our hands. 5-4 overtime R6 versus the Stack Smashers. Stack Smashers offer a really, really strong lead on their defensive half. 4-2, they closed that one out. However, at the end of the day, these last 3 rounds have all gone the way of overtime R6. Stack Smashers, at least Porter Rehost, really, really struggling to get anything going on the attacks, and as a result of that, overtime scored 3 back in a row. They found themselves in the lead for the first time in the entirety of this Nighthaven Labs. Well, as we head through towards full site rotation being completed overtime back up towards this top floor. Have to wait and see. Of course, it's the strongest site. It's a difficult one. Have to just wait and see how things fare, how this one goes. But either way, overtime. They're going to be. They got a good start. They got a good bit of momentum. Of course, that will likely be paused by having that technical pause. Sorry. So they're very much going to have to try and sort of get that building up again, get that going back through. Grown him, like it. Mirror window's going to get opened. Wide on, opened up. There you have it. Bandit batteries making their way to work. IT will remaining mostly shut for the time being, as that mirror window being there makes it extremely difficult for teams to open up that wall safely, at least. And Tinsel's going to start it off, proving my point exactly. Takes down Dan's. That's going to be the Ash off the board for the side of the Stack Smashers. Looks to try and clear this IT player here. C4 is going to be thrown. It is not going to make its mark, nor is it going to be able to take down any of that Selma utilities to be shot out. And Tinsel's going to be forced to retreat back. But wants to continue to contest this angle, wants to continue to put up a fight here. Make sure no one's really able to get a breach and look in towards IT. Noiser running up. Dodges the sideline just about. That gives Tinsel all the opportunity to retake what was lost. Gets back in it. If anyone makes that rotation, there's surely dead man walking. Is good. But let's wait and see. Elsewhere though, electrical and connector. A lot of presence coming in here from the Stack Smashers, but they're being toyed about here. Gluttony on the bandit trick. We've seen so much of it here on Labs at this point, and it's been working really, really well for both sides on their defenses. Doing really, really good work, trying to keep it under lock and control, making sure things don't really sort of slip away. Shots being exchanged back here towards Aegis, but not going to be anything that's going to confirm any kills just yet. Just a waiting game, really, at this point. Stack Smashers, the backs are against the wall. Breach, very likely to be opened up now. There you have it. Left unprotected is going to be opened wide up. Watching wards in the objective, trying to see if they can see anything. Sees the Azami, takes the head clean off Arcanum. 4 versus 4 now, going into the final 40 seconds of the round, but they don't know that Tinsel's retaken that IT position, and that's crucial. Elsewhere, though, AYN takes down 7, and now it's 4 versus 1 situation for Noiser. Left on their lonesome, left with it all to do on the Thermite. Decent gun, but only 20 seconds. Defenders all around. Look at the outlines. They want this kill. Birch is going to be the one to find it. Overtime, R6. They find themselves up on match point, and talk about a little bit of a comeback there. 6-4 now. That's why the rounds did not go that way. Rehosting had to change a couple of things, but the rehost it was Stack Smashers, overtime, Stack Smashers, Stack Smashers, Stack Smashers, overtime. That was how the first half went. Results for the final, this previous half, have all been accurate. 4 in a row now for the side of overtime R6. They're going to find themselves up towards overtime. Up towards overtime. They're going to find themselves overtime guaranteed. Match point in their hands for the next 2 rounds. They should be able to get the job done here, really. Look really, really good in their defense so far. Stack Smashers really, really struggling to find anything. Well, that back down towards this basement bomb site to give things another go to see if they're going to be able to find it. I suppose that's going to be the question that is going to be asked, and we're going to have to wait and see for the answer. Yeah, final defenders making their way through. Just setting up the rotation, setting up how they wish to see things done. Well, head towards what well could be the final round of Oast this morning. Have to wait and see. Of course, do keep in mind, there's plenty of game still left to be played. Or well, there could be. There could still be rounds to be played here. Of course, it's round number 11. Go all the way to 15, so still lots of siege that can be going through. But all is Gonna be the bandit trick here, that is the question. Doesn't look like that's gonna be the case there. How narrowly realizes almost caught that one, but Tindall gets the bandit charge. The mute jammer down, sorry. Just the best amount of time. Breaches though, elsewhere, not gonna be stopped from getting opened up. Top floor. Gonna be made present. But look at this, Arcanum wants to get aggressive, swinging out. They catch the one on the drone. Find a freebie over towards 7. 5 versus 4. A great start for overtime. And now they can just hide back. They don't have to try and play anything aggressive. They don't really have to give anything away. They can just wait patiently, wait for the game to start. And, well, let Stack Smashers come to them. You've lost the Ram, you've lost your boogie drones. Vertical, that is ever so important on this basement bomb site. Well, you only got to use one of those abilities. You only got to use one of those boogie drones. The rest, they're going to be going to the grave with you, fortunately. Good start here. Overtime, but they need to keep on going. Stack Smashers. A lot of damage. Arcanum, though, double for the round. Finds Ages. Takes them down 5 versus 3 now. Looking worrisome, increasingly so for the side of Stack Smashers. Their attacks. Great start to the game for them, but they're going to need some greatness here in round number 11 if they want to keep fighting, if they want to keep this one going. It's, of course, going to be the ask made from them. Tinzel looking to get aggressive as well. All players of Overtime R6 really want to test this first floor players, and it's going to be Arcanum on a triple quarter round, looking for more as Stack Smashers just continue to fall apart, and it's all down to Dan's on their lonesome. Swings out into 2. Verch closes it, and Overtime R6, they end the game with a flawless round. GG's in chat. Overtime, they find themselves in tomorrow's semi-final games. One victory away from guaranteeing their spot in the group stages of Challenger Series down here in OS. Beautiful result from them. Of course, commiserations to the other side of Stack Smashers. Put up a brilliant fight, but unfortunately was not enough this time. So that all being said and done, I am going to quickly, I know it's probably going to be quite quick, but I'm going to hop off the stream here very temporarily. Pop it to a break, and we will be back in minutes or so. Well, we're actually going to I'm going to stop the stream, come back in a little while, just so there's 2 separate VODs for this thing. But if you want to listen to my voice a little bit more, first and foremost, if you are from the OS region, thank you very much for watching. Best of luck to all the remaining teams for tomorrow's games. Hope they go well for you all. Teams that remain, I believe we have all of those locked up. I believe we were the last game to finish now, actually, on the result. That's why I believe actually we'll have a list of all of the games that have concluded, so we will know what is going on. Yeah, so tomorrow's games will be CCESP versus Fruit Snacks Down Under, or Fruit Snacks / Down Under, and then it will be Overtime versus Team Anios, going to be playing for the other semi-final spot. Of course, 3 of those teams that I've just mentioned will be making it through on towards group stage, so good results for them. Should be able to get the job done here from here and now. Of course, who will do so? Come back here tomorrow to find out, or not here. Go to Tiarki, Cthulhu, I believe Diana will be streaming that as well. Plenty of community casters covering all the action, so don't miss it. That will, of course, be tomorrow's game. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and if you're going to hang around, I'll catch you in an hour or so for some OS. If not, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Take care. See you next week. Bye.
What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we lay and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing